Good morning, party people. It's Monday fun day, honey fun day, on a run day, May Day, Day Day.
That doesn't sound good.
Good.
Honey bun does sound quite delicious. Sounds clutch. I could do a honey bun right
Definitely could do a honey bun right
now. Oh, let me turn the light.
Definitely could do a honey bun right
Time I turn around, every time I turn around, every time I prepare, yeah.
It's about to get real. It's about to get real.
Report to the dance floor. Report to the dance floor. Report to the.
I don't know what you better learn.
Report to the dance floor. Report to the dance floor.
Report to the dance floor. Step, 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 step. That's still my
bad. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Y'all pull up and say good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Court.
Court, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
What's good, Afros and Americans?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Body, I need you to come into alignment.
So,
Blessings on blessings.
somebody had
Blessings.
talking to John about his dog.
Blessings on blessings.
He said, so.
Blessings on blessings.
So, JL was listening to the kids now.
Blessings on blessings.
And why?
Dang, I forgot.
What?
To put on Do Not Disturb. Hey, Erica, good morning.
Random kids.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Eat money. It ain't funny. Come back. Give me money on a Monday. It's a fun day.
No, certain songs you shouldn't be kids bop. Like, you shouldn't be kids bopping bop. Kids bop.
Oh. Okay. What I do?
You switch it? You with the
Well, guys, we're on.
What I do? What I do? I was just trying to. It's not like an Android where you just.
Life is different over here.
Okay. This is what happens when you try to we try to help.
We back and we never left.
My bad, y'all.
Kevin, if you at the back door, come to the front. We're not gonna hear you.
My bad, guys.
Hey.
This is why you don't let Android fingers such.
All right, we're coming in a minute.
To be honest, I said something about that too. I don't know. One of the patients at my job was like, you know, you like Androids more than iPhones. I was like, it's not so much that I like them. I'm just more used to them. I was like, I don't know how to work the iPhone like that.
Who's that?
I talked to a patient. I was like, iPhone only got one button. I was like, Android got 3 buttons. Every days. Makes sense more sense to me. Just
look at me. Just look at me. Just look at me. The more God's gonna bless you. The lower you get, the more God's gonna. The lower you get, the more God's gonna bless you.
Go back down.
The more. I'm so sorry that I can't hear the music, but step.
Back stand still. Matter of fact, everything you need.
It was crazy. As much as a line dance, I don't know this song. My mom sent it to me. It was like, good morning, good morning, good morning. My decal, I had to fix it. I had to get a refund. I'm going to Office Depot today. Because
what happened?
They the way that they had readjusted it, they couldn't get the numbers right. Like it was just blurry. It would bleed. So I'm gonna walk into Office Depot and help me, help y'all, help us. And just go ahead and knock it out.
Y'all know what I do. Because y'all know what y'all do.
Right. You like try online, like out of seas, over the seas. It's not enough. Let me go down the street. right. Clap, clap. Oh, clap. Ah!
Okay, my own line dance.
Oh, blessings. Blessings, oh, blessings.
Morning, Ann.
Mercy. There's grace in it. Look out. There's grace and mercy. There's change in it. Look out. We go there right here. We're going to come in a minute. Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. What it is, what's up? It's Big Frank in the morning. My homegirl Jake Sheree in the building. The Dark Knight. What it is? What's up? Good morning. It's Monday. It's fun day. It is 13 minutes to the top of the hour. Currently, 7 degrees outside somewhere. Something. It's something somewhere.
Apparently, it's Honey Bun Day as well.
Honey Bun Day.
Because that's what you said.
You know, sometimes I just be uttering words. You know, I mean, I just
sometimes just want a honey bun.
Just a honey bun. Quick story. Yeah, it's just still. I never get. My mom was like, "We're not gonna feed you today because you're being bad. You're not gonna eat, but I can go outside." I went outside. Was this store? Got a hot pocket, bag of chips, a Huggy, and a honey bun. Ended up with a honey bun in the microwave and everything. That was the hottest steal I ever did in my life. My leg was on fire. Okay, but you know, honey buns is fire. My honey buns in the microwave. Somebody used to eat honey buns and cheese. I never got with that.
I saw people eat honey buns and cheese. It's a salty sweet.
Yeah, I get it, but how you feeling? You alright this morning?
I'm good. The little bit of voice I do have.
Oh yeah, because you preached that. Did you not holler for the Lord yesterday? Give him glory. Huh? Come on. The plight of I said, come on, my kind of preaching.
You know what? For those who are watching, to God be the glory.
That's the church answer. That is the most churchiest answer, but it's the answer that I give to everything. I don't know what to tell you.
To God be the glory. Like, I'm happy that the people got what they needed. And, like, I didn't advertise it on Facebook. So if you knew, you knew. If you didn't, you didn't.
But y'all can feel free to go to Covenant of Grace, New York page, and go right and review that service. It's really
the service was crazy.
It was good. It was really good.
Shout out to Terry Mason who did his thing.
Yeah, he did good. He did
How you doing, Dark Knight?
I'm chilling. I was gone like all last week.
You know gas prices. We're not gonna blame
I'm back at home. I'm feeling good. I'm good.
Listen, let's go down this morning. We get back by getting Big Girl Chronicles. You don't want to miss that. Also, don't forget the question of the day. Listen, we got so much more for you in store for you. If you want to advertise on the station, there's a promotion going down for $7.16. Give us a call, 716-371-2780. Hit number 2 for more details on that. It's your boy Big Frank, man. It's Jay Sheree. It's Dark Knight. But it's Big Frank in the morning. Let's go. Let's get it right here on fire. 716. Let's go. It's fire 716.
Don't be coming up with new things. Daniel just came up with a new theme song for the radio station. Daniel just came up with a new thing. He's like, it's fire 716. Go record it.
How y'all feeling out there, world? Hey, young world.
How was y'all weekend? Did you guys get some rest? Because nobody at this table did.
Not even a little bit.
What are we sleeping for? Okay, for what reason do we sleep?
Oh.
Okay. Until I make money, my money. Okay.
Makes money while you sleep.
Yeah. It's on its way. It's in route.
In route.
It's in route. Come on. That's what I said that to my wife was on the 290. Here she is.
How was your weekend? What did you guys do? Are you excited that it kind of stopped raining?
Now it's getting warmer.
That it's kind of getting warmer.
As time goes by. Buffalo gonna hit you with some cold weather right before though.
Are you excited about the 2 months of summer we're actually gonna have?
It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna enjoy myself. You should enjoy it though.
I'll be out here. Y'all be tired of seeing me.
I'm gonna be wherever the live jazz is.
Wherever the live, bring me wherever the live is. If you're live, I'm there. I'm about to be at every event. I'm about to be everywhere. Like Frank, what? Listen, what you need? A prophetic word, advertisement. Let me know.
She said it was too short.
No, definitely. No, definitely. It's always too short. Like, dang.
It really was though.
Just hey, Monday, Wednesday. Okay. Monday, Wednesday.
Like I tried to like have some semblance of weekend, but like Friday.
What I do Friday night? Friday I went down to the club, you know what I mean? Went down to the spot, you know what I mean? Turned up, got litty for the people who go on. Like, no, what was Friday for? I don't even know.
I slept. I went to work.
What did I do Friday?
I was babysitting. When I babysitting.
Yo, Friday was the day. What did I do?
That's.
I don't know.
Welcome to
I
your
couldn't tell
journey,
you.
sir.
I couldn't tell you. All I remember about Friday was that I was with Jay. That's all I remember.
Friday morning, radio station.
Couldn't tell you.
Mine was like a vapor. What? I don't know where I was at Friday.
Friday, I took my butt home, and I was like, yo, I'm going to rest. Because I didn't even do work City Friday, because I was feeling like trash. But then I cleaned before. Like, I cleaned so much on Friday that I made myself dizzy. Because, like, you know, when you're already sick, you just lay down. And I was like, this is my last day of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Because work, like, spring break is over after today. So you probably need to clean. And I cleaned and then got dizzy. And I was like, okay, God, I'm going to lay down. Like, I hear you, Lord. But then, like, I watched Young, Black, Run Rich, and African.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is good.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I went past it. I was like, is this like a real TV show or was this like, you know, like was it reality or
It's
was it
a
just
reality
TV
show, but the only thing I don't like about it is it's very American. Like, it has that one messy person.
Mm-hmm.
That one person who feels like she's above everybody else. Like, it's really modern day problems. Like,
I'm watching nothing else for the part of the next 2 months. I've been watching Blacklist. There's 8 seasons. There's nowhere for me to go. I'm in season number 4. Actually, if I watched anything, I've prayed, I've fasted, I've concentrated, and I watched that Blacklist. There haven't been no other episodes about nothing. Nope. Right now, this got me. Blacklist has me like Grey's Anatomy has other people. Just can't.
Like, I stopped after the 50th season of Grey's Anatomy. Like at that point, I was just like,
either y'all gonna get it together, or you're not.
Right? Like, they're like, oh my God, I love Grey's. I stopped after like season 6. So I was just like, this is just a lot. But no, I did watch How I Met Your Father. Robert Scherbatsky showed up.
Caught me.
I was excited.
I was so excited.
Once again,
I was
no idea.
I was at a house
Robert Scherbatsky is.
So if you ever watched How I Met Your Mother, Robert Scherbatsky is like a major character in How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
Like,
she's
the mom. Like, the person that he was pretty much pursuing the whole 9 seasons. So, like, in real life, that's it. But, like, for her to do a guest appearance, I'm like, yes.
And I was not expecting to see any of them. So the fact that I seen Robin,
no idea.
That's the only thing I watched. That's the only TV I have watched. I've only watched that.
I watched Brownish too.
That's the only thing I have watched.
The last season.
The issues I don't watch it.
I haven't watched. I tell you.
And Bel Air. Bel Air is getting really good.
I must be faster because I haven't watched anime in like 3 weeks.
Come on, he said 3 weeks. No anime. Listen, what's your favorite TV show? What's your favorite TV show that's popping for y'all right now that y'all like to watch? What y'all got? What y'all got?
I don't have a favorite. There's just TV shows I watch.
This one I'm only watching that. I'm watching How I Met Your Father, Grand Crew, and Abbott Elementary.
Oh, I do watch.
Really?
I do
Just
watch.
wanted to check in.
I do watch Abbott Elementary.
I put a Glock.
Oh no, for real. The owner came in yesterday. The guy from here came in.
Good,
Fill up
man.
the chair.
Good.
The guy came in from yesterday. And I was like, "Hello, Frank," and he ain't say nothing. So I'm like looking for a weapon because I'm like.
Oh no, yeah, John. No, he
And I popped in. I was like, "Hello," and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna need you to speak up. When you walk in here, somebody say hello. It get quiet. That means it could be a serial killer." I'm gonna need you to say something before you get stabbed with this pen.
Where we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you.
Come on, Cologne. I smell you. Okay, cuz. Cuz came in here smelling like he smell it, but we can't see you.
Oh.
There we go.
Just like, just my face.
That's
So what shows y'all watching out there in the world? What shows y'all watching?
So John tried to put me on to that. What was the show? It's a pirate show. It's on HBO. It's a stupid show. It's like a joke. It's called Our Flag Means Death, I think it is. It's about a guy who can't be a pirate. Who can't be a pirate at all. Like he he used to be like a rich gentleman kind of person. And he like, I want to be a pirate. So now he like want to see what these pirates. Yo. The first episode was funny though. I was like, oh, I gotta get into this. It's gonna be something different.
That didn't intrigue me at all. Like a show you said pirates, I'm like checked out.
Yo, I gotta do it because John's not interested in nothing. So when he brings something up, I'm like, I'm gonna watch it.
What shows are you watching, Kev?
I am watching too many shows.
I'm trying to catch up to Netflix.
Yeah, I'm watching like so many shows. Bel Air.
Yeah.
The Cleaning Lady.
Heard about that? How
I heard about it.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Is it series?
It's good.
Is it season?
Like it's first season.
Because I see it all the time.
I told him, listen, I'm gonna watch anything else that's face.
You feel me? Like it's I can't.
I'm in Blacklist. It's an old joint, but it's just.
Oh no,
That's a good show. That's a good show.
No, I didn't know.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's 8 seasons of that. I'm in season 4, so I'm not going nowhere else.
Yeah.
There's a TV come on. My son be like, oh no, elbow to that. No, we're not elbowing right now. Blacklist. Watch this with me. I'm not.
Mia said that she's watching a show on the Apple TV called Severance.
Oh, John watching that too. That's fine.
Me, that's not so deep.
What you watching? What's it called? What's it called? Is right producer for that show. His face is in the Ben Stiller.
Okay.
But it's not a funny show. Like it's real serious.
I want to watch Adam Project. This is me.
That joint.
I gotta back up. I did leave Blacklist and watch Red Tail. Is that what it's called?
Oh,
Red Panda.
Oh yeah,
Let me real quick. As an adult, I love animated films.
That's a
Okay.
good movie.
okay.
It's called Red.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about though.
I was like,
With the red hair, there's only one.
like this Black Panther had brothers.
Yeah, no, Panda. It was good.
It's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was good.
Anything on Disney is usually fire.
Good. You know what I don't like watching? That always get me because I always click on it. Star Wars. It's like, what is this? I'm not watching this. It's just not.
I'm all about it. Like the Mandalorian is good, but I hated the Boba Fett one. I was like,
I don't know.
I want him to be better, and he's not going to be better, so I'm not going to watch it. That's how I felt.
John said Bel Air is actually good. Wasn't going to watch it at first, but I'm enjoying it. So people have to stop dogging Bel-Air. Like, they was just like, I'm not gonna, why would you make Ashley a lesbian? Ashley is in the life of self-discovery. She has not identified herself as a lesbian. She just found herself at this point attracted to a girl. But she also likes guys. Uncle Phil is not crooked. He's just a man in a bad position where he's made bad choices.
But you know the problem.
And Carlton has anxiety issues, so he's self-medicating. This is real life stuff.
I want to watch it, but I gotta wait before because all Facebook keep hitting me with is how fine Ashley is, and I'm like, she is fine. But I was like, I don't need to watch this for that though. So
Ashley's a little girl.
Right.
They shouldn't be talking.
Between her and Hillary, bro, that's all they talk about on Facebook. I'm like, Hillary fine. I was like, and then she talented. She could sing everything. I was like, this girl got it.
Yeah. But Bel-Air is good.
Yeah, I haven't watched Bel-Air. I just seen the highlights.
I haven't watched it either. I just watched that one clip when Carlton is letting all the white people.
How is the music in Bel-Air?
The music is alright.
Because the best episode that I've seen with the best music has been Luke Cage. When Luke Cage
is a good show.
But when the music in that joint just,
I give it a spot on.
you know,
The
episode is
music in
good.
Bel-Air is good. But it's produced. The music is done by DJ Jazzy Jeff, so you know it. That's like asking, like, if Timberland does the music, is it gonna be good?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be facts. It's just gonna be facts. Yeah.
I think I'm behind on Blackish too. See, I'm just like.
I took the issues. I just can't.
Black Issues is the last season, and I think it's over. Like after the episode with Deion Cole, I think that was the last episode.
With
really? They gonna end it like that?
My wife started watching Grownish. I knew I was slow.
Grownish is a good show. This
is. I don't know. It disturbs me. It's aggravating. It's frustrating. Maybe because I ain't go to college. Maybe because I didn't finish. But I don't know. I was like, this is not it. Then the other
Grownish is
issues.
actually really good.
It's too many issues.
It's too many issues.
I did like Mixed.
I did like Mixes too.
I did. Just because I was like, I get the transition from living in the life that you live in from on the commune, and then like having that racist grandfather who loves his kids and his grandkids though.
I thought it was hilarious.
And I guess my thing is too, I did not watch the beginning of the issues either. Like, I wasn't like,
I was like,
this is then evolved to the next phase.
If you watch
it from Jump, you would be like,
you're gonna be like, how did Rainbow really come to be
Right.
Rainbow?
I
And it's
really
like
wanted to know too.
it intrigues Mixed Issue. I was actually surprised they didn't do a season 2. I was like,
It's good for
like, I don't know. I probably wanted.
yeah, nothing.
I probably wouldn't have gotten to Grownish if I wasn't watching Dear White People before.
Dear White People was dope.
No, I watched.
I still gotta watch the last season.
I'm so special ed because I didn't.
Morning Sharita.
I kept seeing Dear White People, the movies. And I'm like, why is this movie still hitting today? Like, I watched this movie alone.
But I actually watched Dave Chappelle's first series that they released with Earthquake.
That was hilarious.
Earthquake is hilarious.
Oh,
I was mad. Morning, Julian. I was mad. It was only 30 minutes.
It was hilarious.
But Earthquake killed it. He killed the whole 30 minutes. I was like,
somewhere in July.
welcome back, Earthquake, because we missed you. Like,
that was definitely.
So I'm hype about the next 3 people he gonna have on here because I'm like.
There's Dave Chappelle.
So Dave Chappelle is opening he's doing a series where he's featuring comedians that he feel like should have a platform.
Gotcha.
So it's not him doing comedy, so to speak, but it's who he's featuring.
I just changed my Dave Chappelle
I can't wait
till now.
I can't wait to see.
For real?
Yeah, I was never. It was a hunt, but I was never.
I didn't like the closer.
He was.
I did not like the closer.
I like the now Chappelle than the old Chappelle. That's just my
I know your face. I did not like the clothes. Every other Dave Chappelle special.
Right. Exactly. That's actually what it was.
Every other Dave Chappelle show, every other one I can watch. Closer, I was just like.
If you don't ever
for me, it was like watching Kevin Hart
He took
special.
a different approach on it.
Everything.
Just like
it was great.
It was like,
and
this
then
is my bow out.
And then he ended it like punching everybody in the face.
I
Talking about this junk. That's what.
I
didn't watch the whole. I watched the whole thing.
Hey, more than that.
And then I gave it a second chance. I was like, okay, let me try to watch this again. And I was like, to me, this is like watching the Kevin Hart special. Like, Like I had two chuckles through the
My
clothes.
feelings was hurt.
And I was just like,
Because Kevin Hart ain't been funny for like 3
All right, we got a minute 20.
Kevin Hart been trying to change his image.
I get that though.
So that's the only. I feel like that's the only reason.
I feel
why
like the movies and the TV shows he's doing, he doing great. He trying to get.
this is a Frank song.
He trying to make himself, look. He trying to make himself different.
Kevin Hart for me.
Michelle, your mic on. I thought you, Kevin Hart surprised me in the Truth movie.
True Story.
True Story. I said,
Yeah.
I knew it was different when he would have choked that dude out, and there was no joke. There was no joke. There was no. I said, oh, it's different. I said, oh, it's about to be a situation.
Kevin Hart hasn't been funny to me since Let Me Explain. Like that to me, because What Now wasn't funny to me.
No.
Like if the Irresponsible tour wasn't funny to me. Like ever since Let Me Explain, because Let Me Explain actually made me laugh. Like from bum bumps to like get fire on them, like all that stuff.
Boba Fett. Who's Boba Fett?
It's a Star Wars show.
Oh, yeah. Once again, not that.
I don't watch Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. That show specifically.
Watch Star Wars ever.
Fire 716, your boy Big Freak, like the Big Freak in the morning. What it is? What's up? Listen, I get a little different. Why? Because I forgot to put the no, people understand. We just got to be doing stuff because I know it's not the Bigger Chronicles. We're about to get into it. But what happens is that Frank sometimes be talking too much and don't have the intro like he's supposed to. Like for some reason, Bigger Chronicles is not on my hotkeys like it's supposed to be, and sometimes we fail. But even we fall down, we do what? We get back up again. Mm-hmm. Again, we'll get back up, and once you get back up,
gotta love them.
J3 is on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles, and I'm sorry, y'all, I can't holler today because yesterday I did enough. So this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, we're going to talk about, is it really worth it? So let me explain what I'm talking about. I did a Big Girl Chronicles on Facebook a while ago, and I talked about if you have to change yourself so much to be in a relationship, how much more do you have to change to maintain it? And is it really worth it? So here's the scenario, ladies. If you have to change everything about you as a woman to get this man, what else do you have to change about yourself to keep him? Is it really worth this journey to change everything that you are to be with somebody? And how far are you willing to go to keep changing yourself to satisfy your significant other? We have to get to this place where we stop trying to lose who we are to be with somebody else. Because I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these men out here is rusty and dusty, and they really not worth your time. And you changing who you are, you downplaying yourself, you stop being an entrepreneur, you stop being open-minded because this man or woman is insecure about who you are. So you downplay and you lower your light just to be with somebody who rusty dusty, sitting on the couch, ain't doing nothing, drinking milk, playing video games, and has nothing good going on in their life right now. How much are you really willing to sacrifice to be with somebody who doesn't even see your worth or know who you are? We have to get to the place, people, where we understand our value. I did a little situation at church yesterday, and I talked about people and their names.
You preached yesterday? Give me a little situation. Go ahead, what we got?
Where I did, where I talked about the name of what Hannah and Penina meant and how they didn't even see themselves or who they are and their value of their name. And we have to get to the place where we stop trying to lower our value for somebody who's not even worth the significance of who we are. Mm-hmm. Because you're beautiful, you're intelligent, and you're graceful. You're a big girl.
What?
Or a big guy.
Who?
You're a big people.
Watch yourself. Let's go down. Let's absolutely. But I'm gonna do what I do.
Controversial.
Absolutely.
No.
Okay, because my question is though, because I agree, changing yourself, but how much change do you do? How much change is appropriate in a relationship?
Sorry, we changed the question of that.
I'm just saying. You like to start getting a flame. Mm-hmm. So in a relationship, for those who are listening online, all those watching via social media, Jay Shree talked about the value of changing yourself, readjusting yourself, and not doing it for just trying to succumb to them alone.
Yeah.
But I do understand that there's a level of change that has to happen for a relationship to be successful. But what's that range?
I think there's a difference between compromising and changing yourself fully. If you have to change everything about you to be with somebody, they need to go home somewhere. Like they're not working.
Okay.
If you have to change everything, Sharita said it perfectly. Thank you for being my sister and know what I'm trying to say. Some change is necessary.
Absolutely.
And when you're in a relationship and you grow and evolve, you're gonna change.
Yeah.
But having to change everything about you to be with somebody, it's just not. It's not. That person's not worth it. If you have to change everything about you.
Yeah.
I feel that it's about positive change.
Yes.
As long as the change is positive, it's good enough. Once you start having to change and it's not necessarily bettering you, then change for no reason.
What if I'm gonna use this word? I'm going to use this word just this morning. What if my change is to match your pedigree for the better? What if I come to you and I'm not in my bag? But I'm a decent person, but I'm cool. But now my life has flipped since I met you, and I've changed legit, not just for you, but for me, for you, because it's like, life is better over here this way. The way that I was doing it, like I said with Daniel, a positive change. So I think,
Sharita said you may need to change your mentality or expand your thought process, but hanging your core and your style to fit into somebody's mold is not right. That's what I'm saying. She on my level of what I've been trying to say.
I get it. But so I just didn't want to. I gotta do what I gotta do. But I didn't want,
If you're changing for the better, and you want to match that person's pedigree. I think it's a good and bad thing, because if the person's attracted to you for the person that you were, but you want to kind of get to the level where you understand where you are, I see nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to shift who you are completely because you feel like you need to be on that person's intellectual level, you may not be. And you have to be okay with that.
Absolutely so. But I'm going to say you evolve and grow up. Because if not, you'll be left right there on your pedestal. On your, what's that? What do you call it? Is that a porch? But a stoop. The stoop. No, but definitely not. Now you're just saying. Then at the same time, you can't change for somebody else, because you do that situation and that joint leave.
Right.
Whole world go. Oh, where am I at now? Oh, God. I need you. Listen, when we get back, we'll get to the real question of the day. I'll just be who I am this morning. The question of the day is this: should a transgender athlete be able to participate in the new gender sports? I got questions. I got comments.
I was just talking about
that. So it's going down this morning on Fire 716. Big Frank in the morning. Let's talk about it.
If you manage to fall.
Did you hear me in the light?
Huh?
Did I hear me in the light?
I did.
So what happens, like, when
no, we did not.
So when he moves the thing, like, I go to hearing one ear.
Yeah, I'll go to hearing one ear too.
Yeah.
So it's just a little.
It's the pop. I've done all I can do for you. But if
So Derek said if we've been together forever, some changes that would take place it should. And then she said for the question of the day, nope. Derek said you're not alone here.
Then what is this new gender game?
So no. An NCAA team right now is challenging the win of
that man.
He's a transgender.
You can translate.
But beasted these women, but it was an unfair advantage because he literally had a man's bill going against.
She's a god.
Because despite the he, her, us, them, she, should, I want, we will. Okay. His makeup is man. I don't care. Transform it, flip it, and reverse it. Feel free. But the truth of the matter is that he's the hormones, whether you take the pills or not, you're designed and you're built and you're step man, and we're not built the same, and that's just a fact. So to put, listen, this is somebody. if there are different weight classes,
It should be different.
Yeah.
this should clearly be different. We don't move the same.
That's a fact.
Because like Dave Chappelle said it. He was like, he said, you know, if LeBron James had a sex change and turned into the NBA, the WNBA, should we let him be in the WNBA where he scored 178 points a game?
Put Shaq in the WNBA. Because I watched it. Because I now identify.
He's still gonna miss free throws.
But put that boy in the box, okay?
It's gonna be N1 every time. It don't matter. He gonna score.
So I don't
What woman is going up against Shaq in the paint?
Nobody.
Yeah, what y'all mean? Put these people
Right.
okay. No, but I think that's different class. And I think that, and this is my personal opinion. I feel like I know you want to be celebrated as a woman, and that's a whole other situation within itself. But I feel like you take away from the natural strength of those who are in this authentically. And I'm just saying how I,
Look,
you know, for real. So
you can be every woman at your house. You can be every woman at your house on this basketball court, on this field.
Sharita said I agree that it's an unfair advantage. And you can change your sex, but not your chromosomes.
Right.
You don't have to be yourself.
I think that's different. Like just playing in the game, be on the team, and you have a good time. It's to compete like that.
It's worse because
Not Joanna, man.
I said Joanna.
Sharita said think about Joanna.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is it's worse because now we all in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Half of you, though most people that play college sports, they not like, okay, I'm gonna go to the league. But people be like, I'm trying to go to the league. You out here outshining everybody, but you can't go to the league.
Right.
You not a woman. And what you gonna do? You gonna argue with them about you going into the league, but they gonna be like,
see, but that's the thing. Derek said they can create a separate league.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about the alphabet community, and because I was part of it, I'm gonna say something because I used to be part of y'all. So be mad. They're gonna say, well, we shouldn't have to be separate because the fact that you're gonna separate us from the popular community, that's discrimination. They're gonna scream discrimination. I'm going to tell you, they're gonna scream discrimination.
Then scream it. Because if you scream discrimination, you might as well scream discrimination WNBA versus NBA because it's male versus female.
right.
So we can't do that. Y'all have a conglomerate of male, female pronouns.
Now, weight classes, I agree with weight class. Like, I really do. So, like, there should be like different weight classes. If you're because I don't believe in keeping the transgenders out of any kind of sport. But I do think there should be like a competitive edge. Like, if you gonna do this, then you gonna at least make it fair. But I guarantee
Get them steroids. Get them some estrogen.
All I'm saying is, and this might, and I don't want it to seem like I'm being mean, but this is how I feel. Don't, and I also understand what you're saying. I know you ain't had a sex change because you wasn't good at basketball, but do not go and try to outball these women because you can't outball these dudes.
Yeah.
Sports is regardless about anything. As somebody who played a lot of them, sports is about skill and talent. You being a guy, being a girl, whatever, that, you know, and however you built because of your parents, that gives you an advantage in many sports. Yeah. But sports is about skill and especially in basketball, very skill based. You need to be a shoot, dunk, whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? You being stronger than these women is taken away from them showing their skills in this game. So how can they look like they're performing well against you overpowering them?
Right.
Yeah.
You're taking, and college kids already got to deal with enough. You know what I mean? They wasn't getting paid. They was being overworked and all this extra other stuff. And now you got this girl who has man strength playing this girl sport. You know what I mean? Like it's like Venus trying to beat Nadal. Like it's like, yo, she's sick and she tried to beat him. Like she tried to beat back the sickness and tried to beat back this man, put on one triples. You know what I mean? Like come on.
I think it's unfair.
It's the point.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
It's not cool, but I guarantee the LGBT community has the
Yeah.
ability to cancel cultures.
And
Like
then, you know what?
they can like as long like not trying to be funny. They have the ability if they can get freaking Kevin Hart kicked off of doing the Oscars. Like,
I'm gonna say this
they're
real
going
quick.
to go
I don't
hard
care.
for this.
At the end of the day, I don't care. All the alphabet, A to Z, Q to S, T to Y, what? Bet, can't set that. Even this man, granted, I'm not gonna disrespect you, but what I'm not going to do is to come to the fact that you think you got power to move me like this.
Right.
So be it. And this is why y'all don't like me. That I'm gonna say this. Y'all already know. It's a segue, but I'm not going there. I'm not going to restrict myself or limit myself because of who you are and how you feel all the time. I can't always do that. I can be respectable, but you want me to honor, I don't know how I can hear real quick, to honor you in your perception, but honor mine as well.
That's a fact.
It's a two-way street. If you want to wake up today and say you feel like a horse, and you want me to call you a horse,
And there are people walking
but
around
no, legit.
acting like horses.
But so you want me to respect you, his, her, how you identify as yourself. Granted, you respect my opinion and my thoughts. Get out of here with all that. Like y'all trifling, y'all two-faced.
Like I said, my thing was
It's my
sports.
personal opinion. I don't know how
Sports,
there, but
I'm not for it. I'm not for it. You know what I mean? If that's the case, then like we want to do weight class or whatever. Fine, let him be transgender.
Morning, cousin.
He still got to fight a dude. It's gonna be the same weight.
Morning,
That's
Cheryl.
what it's gonna be.
but
That's how you gonna be.
if you gonna do that, then
That's how you gonna be.
You let a man UFC that woman and beat her up like that,
Right.
Yeah. You let this man build woman get in this ring.
You gonna let the
And vice
Undertaker?
versa.
You gonna let the Undertaker become a woman?
That's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying.
Tombstone
That's what I'm saying. This is my thing. You gonna cry discrimination. You want equality. But then when you gotta deal with what equality brings, is you don't want it. Because if you want it, I'm gonna let your transgender daughter fight my son, and don't say nothing if you beat your transgender daughter. And I'm not gonna say nothing because I'll be like, well, you said she was a dude.
They want equality. When it just fit them, and I think that's unfair. If you're on this door called equality, take all the smoke with it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying this.
So we've as a society, we have made it
I'm black,
socially acceptable for the LGBTQIA community to be one-sided. Because, we have said, okay, they've been fighting for their rights. They've been trying, because it was the fight to marry. Then it was the fight to do this. And it was, we've made it acceptable that they're allowed to push their agenda without us being able to push back. And, even when they tried to pass down south, when they tried to pass the legislation saying that any pastor preaching against homosexuality had to submit their sermons, and they were going to try to press charges against them.
And that's dumb.
But we have made it as a society, and
I'm making it.
we made it as a society socially acceptable for them to be one-sided. So now, when there's pushback now on the other side, now it looks like, oh, well, they're attacking the community. No, this is stuff that we've wanted to say for a very long time, but because we didn't want to hurt your feelings,
I can't live like that.
we say, well, let them be able to get married. I have nothing against transgenders. I know somebody who went through the surgery who went from female to male. But
fine. You come to the barbecue. Right. Come in, who at deli. I don't care. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when it comes to things, professional things that have to do with that are separated because gender separation makes it fair, you can't try to slide in there and be great when it's not.
You know what?
Because if Michael Phelps became a female swimmer, it's a wrap.
Y'all be mad. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
He should have lost.
That's all I'm saying.
Transgender man lost.
That's my only thing. He's an
overachiever. If you can smoke weed and still swim and win gold medals, I'm not mad at you.
That's a fact.
I'm not going to relinquish my power to the community. Right. I'll respect the community, no problem with that. But the same smoke you get to people, prepare to take. And if you can't take it, I'm just some slick. But if you can't take it, you didn't have to open up your mouth about it.
Well, yeah, they tried that before. They tried to press charges against pastors down south, and they had somebody, I forgot her name. She was in office, a governmental office that was like pressing the preachers to turn their sermons and if they found out you were preaching the anti because it was like you're ostracizing a group of people, like you're attacking them, and they were gonna start trying to put people in jail. And I was like, well, if I live down south, it looks like I'm being jailed.
Well,
that don't make any sense because one, you got one. If religion is supposed to be separate from state, then how the religious views of this specific religion they speak against they are against homosexuality. If you gonna go to the church. And they're gonna talk about
this church is a Unitarian church.
And this church is
I'm just saying.
Who's not first man, first woman? They're gonna talk about who's manipulating the text to make.
Ain't nobody.
Who got the Queen James version of the Bible?
Ain't nobody say you ain't. Ain't nobody say
no, there's a Queen James version. Google it.
I'm just saying. Ain't nobody say you ain't love Jesus. They just said that. Look, we gonna talk
Google
about
it. It's been out for a while.
We gonna talk about it. That's all.
I'm so serious.
I refuse.
I have to stay on top of my research. This came out years ago.
That's sad.
Yeah. Where I think it's like Adam and Steve.
Nope.
Yeah.
And we ain't talking about doctors.
That's why he made that song about Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve.
I don't know.
Can't do that.
But I think it's like Adam and Steve in the Bible. It's in the Queen James version. Yeah. They changed a lot of the stories.
But see, this is why people get mad at the community.
I was like, so you wanted your own Bible?
So they do stuff like this.
I'm not gonna be there when you stand before the Lord and explain that.
No, for real.
I don't want to be. I'm not gonna stand behind you.
Yes.
People be a different line.
I'm good. I'm gonna be in there with my good clean robe, minding my business.
Over there.
Because I don't want to have to.
I don't want to smoke.
That's a lot.
I don't want to be.
Oh, Biggie.
I'll be too close.
We miss you. We miss you.
The morning when this life is over.
Always looking out.
Yeah. 5716, your boy Big Frank, like to the Big Frank in the morning. What is? What's up? What's going on, world? Listen, it's hot in here already, y'all. Y'all just don't know. That was the people singing a song by the people for the people by the people. That was a classic.
I can't do it.
Fubu, where's my computer is not doing well today. That's what I'm gonna say. It's just not executing like it's supposed to. I'll be missing you by Diddy and Faith Evans. But so the conversation right now is this is the question of the day.
Aggravation.
Should transgender athletes be able to participate in the new gender sports?
Yeah, and their new genders.
In the new genders.
Yeah.
I feel this should just be Olympic for the new gender sports. These are the new gender sports.
New gender federation.
But I feel like that there is a I think like you said that there's a disadvantage. There's just no.
It's just unfair. It's just unfair.
I believe that certain things just don't necessarily need to be. I think.
Ain't nobody telling you can't enjoy a sport, but you can't play professionally in a sport that only is two different genders of a sport.
Right.
Like,
yeah, but you know, in weight tier might be a thing. Honestly, like if you in here,
but you can't weight tier basketball.
But then again, what if you have to? What if you can? This is not called weight discrimination. This is not a whole nother issue. I can't play that because I'm fat. Or I can't play that because I'm big. Now you weight discriminate me? No. LB, A, B, C, D, D, and W. Come on, like wait. Like what?
Dude, looks like a
lady. Because you were gay? No, because I was heavy. What?
But no, even the basketball player that's held hostage in Russia right now, she built like a dude looks like a lady. Like, she's strong.
She's just a tall woman.
She got muscles.
But she tall and she fit. Like,
no, she fit. I'm not going.
There's women out here who are strong, who are very strong, who are very feminine, manly, strong. Like, so I'm not knocking that, but I just feel like when you come down to competing,
right?
Like let's play this. What's the benefits of you being in the race and them? And if you outweigh what's going on, you need not be in the game. So let's talk. Let's test chromosome levels. Let's go ahead and have a whole scientific dialogue.
Like if Caitlyn Jenner came out of retirement and did track, it's not fair. Well, the dude was a whole Olympic Olympic like running champion. Like it's just it's not fair. We're not saying community that you can't play in sports. We just say that you need to do the proper.
I'm not. The community getting on my nerves. I just can't. I'm just gonna be who I am and just be out of the community as much as I love you, and I understand that everybody's storyline is different. The fact that you think that we've given you the power to cancel and shut down the thing
whenever you
inward. Who do you think you are? At this point, you have your freedom of expression. You have your freedom of having. We have the respect to give you to honor your pronouns. Whether we agree or not, we respect that. Because to me, he is. I'm not gonna get into it, but we respect it enough. My cousin, I got cousins and nieces, nephews. This is a niece. I got them. They in the family, and I will respect them and treat them, but just don't mean I always agree with them.
Right.
And my disagreement with you, and don't mean I'm against you and I'm about to just dog you and bash you. Right. But what I'm not going to do is let you stifle me in my conversation. You got thoughts and ideas, I do too, and they're different, and whether they're the same. And as a preacher, the man of the cloth, as much as I love who I love and I love you all, I do have a foundation that I do believe in. Mm-hmm. Period, point blank. I'm not going to destroy you, not going to cast you down. But I'm gonna listen. I don't agree, but I love you, cousin.
Yeah.
You got to handle it. I'm gonna show love, but I'm the community. Y'all getting on my nerves. Pull up on me. I'm not. I ain't scared. I'm not. I'm not.
But I mean, like I said, I was telling them, if you guys not following us on Facebook and YouTube, I did say that down south they were trying to get preachers locked up for preaching, quote unquote anti-gay agendas and things of that nature.
Call me Apostle Paul.
And I have people in my life that's still in that lifestyle, but they respect me. I'm just like, Jessica, I'm not gonna marry you. I'm not. I'm not coming to the wedding because me showing up means I condone it. But I still love y'all. Y'all have a cookout.
Right.
Because I like ribs and you make good ribs.
Right.
but there has to be a mutual respect. And I think as a society we need to get to that place where we demand mutual respect. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be that person, and if y'all want to cancel me, it is whatever. The alphabet community has more rights than Black people.
Facts.
I
say that twice. I told you. Say that for them Negroes across the street.
We are trying to fight for basic rights, and you guys have been granted more rights than us. So as Black people, we do feel weighted, and we do feel some kind of way because we've been fighting for rights longer, and you guys have been granted that because of the ability of unity, and y'all have cancel culture. So as a Black woman, I do be like, you need to freeze up on that.
I'm gonna say this. So what if we united as the Black people, like the letters unite in the name?
The white man.
Because I will say,
like they're doing that.
what I will say, they keep adding letters,
right?
Which gives them the majority, which gives them more push and pressure.
Right.
But we afraid to step out into being and shut stuff down.
This is what makes it aggravating. What makes it aggravating is that they use the laws that gave us rights to do all of these things.
Right.
But we still don't get any respect on any of those rights. Like it don't work for us. But it works for them.
But we also don't put pressure on
Fact.
As heavy, intently, and consistently as necessary. Do you not understand that we are the most powerful people on this land, on this earth right now? That we are, as broke as we claim to be, that our money, our dollar, we make this thing happen. We build, we restore, we make new, we transform. If we shut down our accessibility to the people for real, it don't get done. And we build within ourselves, we become a threat to the community, we become a threat to the government. When you put pressure on us, but we've been conformed and we so colonized now. I'm sorry, my old market get in. We're so colonized now, and we're in this pattern of it's white men, and yes, there's no white power, white supremacy situation, but we are a force to be reckoned with. That's why it's important to unlock our mind and our thinking. And then here you go for your situation. I ain't want to talk about it yet, but rather about being woke and being focused.
Fact.
Because where are we going as a people? What are we putting together? We sold out generations ago. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yes.
I recall and remember having Black-owned stores, Black-owned spots.
Wall Street.
I remember Black Wall Street was really a thing.
They
burned that down.
But legit, I remember, let's go Buffalo real quick, on the corner of Delavan and Deerfield, that was a Black-owned store before they came and bought it out. I remember here in Niagara Falls, we had Highland Avenue with Black pharmacists with a Black store. There was on our way. But sometimes, But
let me be this. When first Sharita said they monopolized off the Civil Rights Act of 1965 and flipped it on us.
Come on, Sharita.
But at the same time, the reason why a lot of Black business is not successful here in Buffalo is because Black business is operating real Black. Because you can't, like, case in point, I'm not gonna put the restaurant's name out there, but if y'all know, y'all know. They'll have business hours on their Facebook, but never open during their Facebook hours. Black people say, oh, we opening up at 9. I show up to your facility at 9 and you not open until 10 o'clock. If you really want to push Black business, then you need to be a Black professional.
No, I'm going to say this because I thought I used to do the same way until I became a Black business owner.
No, I'm not talking about the Sunday and Monday.
No,
I'm talking about...
I'm saying because what happens is, it's me, okay? I'm trying my best to project a vision for the business that I want, so I said hours, and I'm trying, but it's just me. Or it's just my family. So with that being said, so guess what? I'm exhausted. I can't. It's just me. I don't have it. I don't have the resources. I don't have the friends. So even though I'm trying, because I used to be this person, I used to be like, yo, why you ain't? But I get it now. I get it. Guess what? And because it's just me, something got to give. So now I understand why certain things ain't on the menu today, because guess what? I couldn't go out and buy the collard greens that and pay the rent and pay the lights and pay the gas and pay my employees, the two that I do got who ain't showing up all the way. So I think that there has to be, what I would say to the Black businesses, that we have to figure out a better structure to execute, or honestly just, and if you have to cut down your hours, you just got to cut down your hours. But I know what you want to be, but you got to really accept where you are. And that's the hard place to be. That's just business to business. This is what I've been there. JQ juicing. I ain't got no mangoes. Why you ain't got no mangoes? I know what you want, but I don't have it, and I don't have the resources to go out and get it right now. I can't stop. I can't go.
Sharita said being tired is not an excuse.
No.
We gotta do better.
No. That's real thing, because you don't know that I've already been here all night last night. I've already here all night the other night. So I get the fact that the idea of what we want, but I need also to put in place what it takes to get that and get there. Let me help you real quick, because I'm trying to work with my family. I'm trying to work with them. But y'all funny acting, y'all acting funny. Dag, here y'all go. And I tell people, payday hit different for the owner than for y'all. Yeah, payday for y'all, payday, we getting paid. No, I got to make sure the money in there. I used to get mad at my last employer because the check used to bounce. Like, dang, really? Everybody check bounce in the day? I mean, in the negative by the thousands, like hundreds of thousands in the negative. And the bank about, we can't go no more. I have it over here. But then I realized, oh, no, I see why. Because it's different. So for the person that is and trying to be an entrepreneur in the Black-owned business, you're going to have to just be, I know what you want it to be. I would suggest reducing your hours.
Starting small.
But even in this particular situation, this place reduced their hours, because they used to be Monday through Sunday. Mm-hmm. They reduced their hours to 3 days, and we still got to play Russian roulette trying to figure out if they don't answer their phones. They like it gets to the point where you're just like, although your food is good, it is not worth my aggravation. Yeah. And there's a lot of Black.
But I get it.
That you just be like,
because
I'm done.
Because you're not gonna if I have a business and my day-to-day ain't moving for me, and I gotta go cater an event, you're not gonna get a notice to tell you that, oh, I gotta go cater an event. No, we shut down there. We gotta go. Because I have to go where the money is. Where the money resides, where the money resides. So there's days where JQ Juice said, no, we're not doing none of it. I ain't even post nothing, I ain't said nothing, because I gotta make 325 smoothies for the school in Buffalo. But so I shut down.
Ain't no JQ juicing.
Right, and I'm not always posting you. I'm always telling you. You haven't seen the post about JQ juicing, but I got clients that I cater to on a weekly basis. Okay, say less. I got you. Boom, 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 boom. Frank, you still doing it? Yeah. But I'm not promoting it because I don't have the manpower or the strength to execute like I was executing it 5 months ago.
But I don't see nothing wrong with that. See, my thing is, and I'm gonna be that guy.
Black business this morning. Come on, money making.
I'm gonna be this guy because we're friends. I mean, some Black Panther some days. Like, it just they make it hard. They make it hard. They make it hard for Black business to really prosper. Like, it's hard for you to get a loan in the bank. It's hard for you to, you raising a family, it's hard for you to get childcare. It's hard for you to do a whole lot of things, and nobody makes it easy for you. Not saying that it should be, but nobody make it easier for you, to help you to push along. I know somebody who got a loan, ain't never had no business, ain't got no credit card, nothing. White boy, just whatever.
Definitely.
Please call in.
Me, I done had a loan for a car that paid off. I done had loans for credit cards paid them off. Had school loans paid them off. And I still had to wait 24 hours for somebody to let me have $10,000.
No fact. No, definitely. That's a real thing. That's a whole other conversation, but we get into that when we get back. Right. It's going down 5716. Your boy Big Frank in the morning. Before I go though, the Dr. Lex Reader says several things on here. I want to read real quick. We put pressure on, but the systematic racism keeps us at a certain ceiling. Nor do we come together anymore. It's sad, absolutely. And she says being tired is not an excuse not to operate in excellence. We got to do better. And I agree 100% that we have to do better.
That's a fact.
No, we have to do.
Like, don't get me wrong, we gotta get together.
It's going down this morning. Big Frank in the morning. Don't go nowhere. We got hot topics. More conversation is going down right here, right now. See West through it all.
Come on through. See West.
But no, our problem as Black people is we take the bare minimum.
No,
like they see our fight. I will give them this, and they'll shut up.
And it's twofold because there's sometimes
we push.
We take things, we do well. They make it illegal and they give it back to us.
Yes.
That's the fact.
Now we can't occupy what we already had. Taxi services was our thing.
Come on,
the jitney was our thing.
Absolutely.
It made it illegal to be a jitney. Then you got taxi cab that we got to pay and go through all these hoops to get it.
Then you get a taxi cab service and you finally got the car.
Right.
And then they like Uber.
And
now you like,
or you got herbs in your car and you're selling it, doing okay with it. Now it's illegal, but now we can do it. Wait,
no, for real.
I'm noticing that more with black food places. Cause like I know people that got hair businesses or whatever. When they say they doing hair, they doing hair. When they doing it, but it's black food businesses here. Like I be aggravated. Like, cause I said, I play Russian roulette. I stopped going to this one restaurant because I was like, as good as your food is, I'm not gonna drive from Niagara Falls to come all the way to you. I'm not gonna put them out there.
So over there,
go over there, and you wait in the restaurant, but your hours are that you open and you don't answer your phone, or you do, or like you ain't got no answering service. So like, we can't call and be like, you open.
Like, what you doing?
I thought so.
That's what's crazy,
man.
Food there, fire.
It's smack. The Kool-Aid smack.
Man,
like,
I remember it first open, I was there.
No, like it's smack, but like
that's a fact though, disrespectful.
Like, or you call and they don't answer, but then when you get there, then they open. Like you be like, bro, like I'm tired of wasting gas.
It's more aggravating because it's a small place and y'all do deliver, like y'all do pick up. So like, don't do pick up. You can't pick up the phone. Now if you're not there,
because they encourage it. They like we encourage you to call and do a pre-order, so you're not waiting here forever for your food. But we can't call and do a pre-order because you don't answer your phone.
Because it's just a lot.
Now that's the problem. But
it was busy enough. Like it's really.
I don't know though, because I've been to where she's talking about it's enough Negroes working in there.
Right. Because I have literally been in there to go get food.
It's enough Negroes.
And the family is standing around drinking Kool-Aid, talking, and the phone is ringing, and ain't nobody answering.
But it'd be like that.
Food snack,
the food snack, hard.
I would suggest go on advertise days only. I will go event days only. Live jazz on Thursday night. I will go.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Listen. After a while, I'm not coming to see you for Sunday. I have no faith in you on Sunday.
Right.
But then I just have a better understanding as a business owner and being in business and then trying to survive. Right. Because just because I'm a business owner doesn't mean that all business are well. Right. I'm working a business and I'm working a 9-to-5 job. So excuse me if so we're not here. I know what I want them hours to be, but some things are set in the beginning. Like on DoorDash says that I'm open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Right. And I haven't changed it. Gotcha. But you go on DoorDash to order right now, shame on you. Because the fact is that I'm not there. Right. Okay, the thing they will put up to signal me to let me know, because I don't have the power. I don't have the strength. I don't have the resources. I don't have the consistency, because the thing about new business is new business doesn't pay. So it's when you get volunteers to work, your problem is that they can come and go when they want to. You're a volunteer. There's no pay for you.
My thing though about business is starting on though is that one, do it on your time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should start. You should start with hours of operation because your day are still all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You just starting out, and like you said, you want your money is the one that's pushing it, so you can't be at work and do this at the same time. You know what I mean? Unless you work one of them jobs where you in the car a lot. not saying Uber, not like it can be Uber or whatever, but that you outside around. I know people that be driving around with individuals.
I work the job 9 to 5 and that's regular.
You know what I'm saying? But,
no, like I was telling them when we was in the bathroom, I said, I'm just noticing this more in Buffalo with black food places. Because people that's doing hair, if you make your appointment, they're more mad that the clients ain't showing up for their appointments. Like, it just particularly, like with Hair Hive, like, oops, sorry. You just got shot. My bad. But like, they honor their hours as a black hair store. But like, it's just food. For me, like, because it's black food.
Because food is different. Hair don't expire. Hair is here. Hair is there. Bundles. You got to pre-order. You got to get installation. It's here. It's my hands. It's on me. Let's go. Food is not that. Food expires. Food go old. I gotta prep and prepare. Your washing set. Do that at home when you come in and be ready. No, I got to order the food. I got to put up the food. I got to put it away. Matter of fact, what's the menu? Then I got to prepare the food. Now I prepare the food. Then I got to lay out the food, hoping that you're gonna come in and order the food. Matter of fact, these green beans they sold in a few days. Now they trash. So I'm not making green beans this week. I'm not making still also new business, trying to figure out what goes and what doesn't go. Okay, I'm not making 45 smoothies in the morning. I only sold 20 yesterday. I sold 20 today. Dang, I'm still behind 6-7 smoothies, and that's for $45. $45 worth of fruit. No, we done for that. So next week, Frank, can I get? I don't have what I had yesterday because John didn't order yesterday. I don't have it. As a matter of fact, today my wife got to go to the doctor. Matter of fact, I ain't got nobody to call on to come make smoothies for me, so I got to go here. Boom. Matter of fact, my wife, she's not feeling good today either. Dad, I got to go again. Oh, that. Man, I got another appointment.
But I don't have an issue with that. My thing is, if you stay available, if you're new but you pick up the phone to tell me, yo, bro,
and you're not doing today, and you're not gonna.
I'm like, fine,
right?
Yeah, I ain't.
You're not going to get that all way.
But I'm just saying. That's like this is why I don't. This is
why
I'm saying.
There's been 2 establishments I have walked into where one was extremely ghetto, and you know what I'm talking about. And like, your food will be ready in 25 minutes. I show up 35 minutes later. My food is not ready, but all y'all standing around, laughing, joking, bumping trap music, y'all giggling like, oh, she here for her order. Oh, we gotta push down her order. No, like, or walk into a facility more than once, and all of your workers are standing around laughing, joking, having a good time. But you claiming, we don't get a lot of business here. If you tell people to be there at a certain time, granted things happen, you may get a rush. I understand that kind of grace. But if it consistently happens, it gives a bad taste in people's perspective. They don't understand the business side of it. All they're seeing is all these people sitting here laughing, joking, doing nothing. I have to wait 10 minutes for you to take my order, but I smell weed coming from the back. And so somebody hitting the blunt, ain't nobody here to take my order. We see that and we're not gonna support you no more.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different between bad business and new business.
Right.
The business you're doing is bad. I'm not going to support your bad business. Right. If you're new and you struggling, that's different. Yeah. I can understand you struggling if you new.
And you got to think too that I know, like for me, Jakey is more personal because my clientele, it was a personal touch. I was delivering to them, so a phone call to them. They were no problem. I got you next week, no problem, whatever. But now you take that to a business who listen.
That's how I feel. All food and stuff like that. It is in the beginning. It is personal in the beginning. All your clients is usually people that you know, right? People that know that person. That
I'm not about to keep this. Oh no, we're not here. We got a catering event. We're not here. Oh, we got a catering event. No, we're not here. We got a catering event. No, we're not here. We got a catering event. No, we're not here. We got a catering event. No, we're not here. No, I can't even. No, we're not here today. No, we're not here today.
But if you
No,
have,
we gone.
but if you have a
If you have a calendar, like you can set up like you can change. It's nothing to change your voice.
We got Facebook. We got
No, it is. It is though.
We got Facebook, Instagram, all types of
Right,
stuff.
because what you're concerned about is the letting people know, and I get it.
Yeah,
But sometimes I'm just, and I can't say all the time. There's
right.
which is different. I don't have the time. I am worried. I'm going where my money is, and unfortunately, if there's a catering event or a big function that I got to cater to, I have to go where that is because that's going to pay the bills of the establishment that y'all see here present.
Right.
So I can't guarantee all my customers, hey, we're close today. We're not here. I just can't do all the time. And depending upon who's in the room, because all family members ain't good family members. And all employees ain't good employees. And everybody don't understand every component of social media. I'm just be honest with you real quick. Janae say quoi? I'm just calling them out, whatever their social media outlet is done by somebody that's younger than them, not by the owners.
Right.
They don't listen. They don't. We moving. We handling business affairs, and then if the cousin busy or the daughter is busy, oh, we just busy to let y'all know because we're about making money. So our clientele, though, is community. Is we had stores, we had restaurants, we had other establishments, we had business offices. You know, and maybe we on vacation. We gone.
But that's fine. My
Like,
thing is, if you don't pick up the phone, but you got a Facebook page, ain't nothing. Is nothing because you done been on Facebook when you woke up. You was on Facebook
And
2 minutes ago. It's nothing
But
to
if
be.
you
It's
have
nothing to
somebody
be like,
in charge of your
yo, bro, we
you
close.
know when you're gonna have
Same.
catering events. Like if you have
Yes or
somebody
no?
in charge of your
You're not
calendar,
here post.
it's kind of like if
That
you do a
ain't-
monthly calendar for the month of March and you know you have 3 catering
Ain't
events
killing nobody.
at the beginning of the month, post on your social media. These 3 days we will not be
See-
honoring da da da
You
da.
see how easy I say post on social media? But the very best restaurant y'all talking about, the very one y'all talking about, them old heads don't do social media. Them two old, them two
The
all
mother be
heads.
on Facebook.
all
She
all
be
heads.
on Facebook.
Who?
Scrolling hard. The mama, the lady, the older lady, she be scrolling. So she be scrolling while she taking your money, cashing you out. Here's your change.
I've gained a little bit of mercy for the black
Oh,
community.
don't get me wrong.
No.
I got mercy, grace, all that. My thing is, it's like I said earlier, it's a difference between
Josh
having
said,
bad business, doing bad business, and being new.
Josh said, doesn't the expectation of owning a business come with having to adhere to hours despite difficult times? Maybe that should be the new standard.
No, it sounds good. But the truth of the matter is that we have an expectation as when I come
As
into this. For example,
consumers.
listen, right now, it is my desire to be here to be available from the time I clock in the morning in my own imaginary slate clock till 4 p.m. Want to just be in the studio where you can walk in, you can get advertisement, we can talk about show, we can produce something, we can, and that's the expectation. That's what I want. So by default, I say, oh yeah, I'm at the studio from 6 a.m. I say 10 because I'm on the radio. From 10 to 4, I'll come stop by. But if you go by the studio between 10 and 4, a lot of times I'm not going to be here because life has yielded some other things. And right now I don't have this. Now, also this is new. Now the challenge is that they've been established for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But this is new. Is the fact that guess what? I don't have anybody to run the board when I'm not here. Nobody's to learn. Now I have anybody to do production that's detailed in all day. I certain components, though I project what I want, it doesn't exist. So you're like, dang, I tried to get him to support the black man for the radio, and he wasn't here.
I'm just saying, like,
But you don't know that at 11:30 I gotta be in Lockport to do a whole food
Right.
setup.
but that's different. That's different
because it's new.
because you, like I said, you knew. You technically, I wouldn't.
It's
trust-
been
I wouldn't
going
I
a
wouldn't
year.
trust you. I wouldn't trust y'all. I wouldn't trust y'all
It's almost
hours.
a year.
I wouldn't trust your hours because it's just you. And if I've ordered stuff from you before, I know that. I'm not gonna be ignorant. But speaking of what y'all talking about, them Negroes done been somewhere, moved to somewhere else.
And two,
And
they have more than one location.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Janae said Qua and Manna are the same owners.
Them Negroes
So
shouldn't open. They shouldn't open 2 restaurants if ain't nobody gonna do no. They work. That's all I'm saying.
Don't cancel it.
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
It's gonna be on our side.
It's just constructive.
Let's keep it in the beat with you.
Because
I
like
want
the
you to
one,
be-
the
I
one
want
place I
you to
was
be
talking about, the one that was a little, the one I was talking about that was a little bit ghetto. The food smacks. Like the food is really good. Like they're the only place, they're the only soul food restaurant that's open on a Monday. Like the food smacks hard. Like the food, like the place I was talking about, the food is good. Not just gonna say the other place. The food is good, but I'm like, I have tried y'all twice. There's nobody in here.
Yeah, it's like trying to leave. Right?
And like, don't tell somebody your food's gonna be ready in 25 minutes, and I show up 35 minutes later, and the food is not ready, and there's nobody in.
Right, that's what happened.
You need that, man. We got that ready for you, ready, bro.
Like, and there's nobody here.
No.
Dude,
Yeah.
and then I smell herb in the back. Like, dude, I'm gonna need y'all to do less blunt rolling and more food making. Oh no, this one for the owners.
One of them is the owners.
One of them is definitely the owners. The owners and the staff. Yeah, they all good. And I said this yesterday. If they had a business mentor, they would have somebody to tell them, like, yes, you are in the hood, but if an investor wants to come in and see your business, they don't want to hear WAP playing over the loudspeaker. Because it's not gonna attract, like, if a white man come in here and like, yo, I'm looking for a new business, like, what is this? Like, you have to present yourself as the business that you're looking for, even if you in the hood. Yeah, you in the hood, cool.
The hood get into the hood. They do. Yeah. They got sure. But
at the same time, I'm trying to take my business to the next level. You're not gonna do that with what it smells like urban here. You're not gonna do that with trap music blasting in the background. Like the place where I get my hair cut, he plays like rap music, but it's low. You don't hear it a lot, but their presentation outweighs the music that you hear.
Right.
So when you present ghetto and all you hear ghetto, you like. Yeah, but the place where I get my hair cut, it's like the dude who cutting hair. He in the tie. They clean.
But everybody doesn't have that business mentor.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what they need is a business
mentor.
mentor.
But some people like legit.
Yeah, some people just
trying to go. Let's go.
I ain't mad about it.
Yeah, and it's trial and error.
I just want you to be professional. I don't care about that.
Sharita said, I agree with that. Some people need a business mentor. You can't rely on the dollar and the dream. She the plan.
So we just go as they went. Listen, I'm telling you, y'all at a place. Right. As you went, I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
okay, Big Frank, the business mentor.
No, don't not go hear that. Not yet. Give me another year or two. Okay, hold up. Because like legit right now, this as I went, piece by piece. Though always in the making. Because I got ideas.
Josh said administration is important. A lot of people neglect it.
Absolutely.
It's a secondary when it's probably should be set up and established from the beginning of the venture.
And that's what a lot of people don't have is that they have the idea, they have the resources, and no administration. And that's where your level. So yeah, I got stuff from New York State. I have what I need to be able to stand documentation wise. Right. But executing the process beginning to end, we don't have. So we try to figure it out, and we settle. Mm-hmm. We want the quality at first, but the quality costs more money. So I have to then settle who's available at a lower rate. Not saying they're not valuable enough. Right. So I'll accept you smoking weed and herb, as long as you're gonna be here consistent and available. Right. Okay, I just need you available. You here? Cool. I'm okay with that because before I wanted high quality supplies, but it's like, I can't find it. You real?
That's what I was
shopping. So I think administration is important in that guidance, but then I was having a conversation with somebody, and I was talking to them about business, and I talked to them. It was the vision that I had was bigger than what they were talking about. Gotcha. But I was just like, I said, oh, you done worked out twice in this conversation. You need to talk no more. Because I understand what you're about to go try. I'm not knocking what you're getting ready to go try. What I'm saying is that trying that, you should go look into do some research on being the platform instead of just joining the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that comes, I don't want to do all that. I want to do. Say less, okay. But I said that to say sometimes the energy that we use to start talking negative or projecting negative or the energy we put on other people, sometimes we got to apply it to ourselves to make sure that, like for example, my last job doing radio, I know what to do and I know what not to do, okay? And that's the lesson that you have to learn to experience. I don't want to have nobody here with your checks bouncing like basketballs, okay? I'm not talking about like every once. I mean, to the point where I used to go to an Arab spot and cash my check at an Arab store and let y'all deal with the issue later. Did they learn? No, you can't get your check anymore. Understood. That was the top. See, the top like, no, we can't. Not for this one, dog. Now, it ain't you. It's the, I know what it is. You understand? She said, I don't know what's going on with our system. This baby girl, I know what it is. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm going to
I know what's going on with your situation.
Weather coming real quick. Hot topics. Kanye!
Oh, here you go. Starting on Monday.
I mean,
no, I seen it, and I was like, "We're going to talk about this."
It's a hot topic. We gonna try to limit it down to once a week for Kanye because Kanye don't stay out of the media.
Do something every day.
But this one, it wasn't really Kanye.
This one
it wasn't necessarily him. It was actions put against him.
What's for breakfast? I don't even know.
Dude, I really want breakfast
too.
No, for real.
Because I am actively not going to class.
I don't care where it comes from.
I just want food.
I don't care where it comes from.
Where are we going to breakfast?
We go anywhere. Okay, at this
5716, your boy, Big Frank, locked in the Big Frank in the morning. What it is, what's up? It's going down this morning. Good conversation, good hot topics.
If you're not following us on Facebook and YouTube, you missing it.
We done dropped gems.
We dropping bars.
No, fact. It's really amazing.
Spit now.
Hashtag
spit.
No, fact. It's really good this morning. I appreciate Kev, the Dark Knight J3 being in the building this morning, man. It's just, it gets better as the people just join in. I'm just sending out invitations. People just need to be invited. I found out over the weekend.
I'm like, because I told you to just show up.
Let's pull up. We'll definitely do some invitations. We're having a good time. I'm excited. But in hot topics,
go ahead with your boy.
Come on.
I'm gonna do this backwards.
Okay. Move on.
A slave auction.
Yeah.
Was held at
a school, a North Carolina school.
North Carolina school, K-8 school.
K through 8.
K8. What is a K8? Now, what you mean that it was a slave?
So, the North Carolina school did a demonstration of how a slave auction was done. So they had.
Please tell me they used white students.
No, they didn't. This is why it's on the news. So, they had some black students on an auction block and had white children bidding for them. Mm-hmm. And they're coming up against some fire right now.
Is the reality.
And the teacher, I believe, was put out on administrative leave and leading to be fired. Like, they want to do the full investigation, but they're basically saying, like, the teacher's going to get fired for it.
If Cynthia Gibbs was a parent, y'all be having hell to pay. Don't ever have my kids up on no slave auction. I put this on.
I don't have to be honest with you because it is the truth. I remember being in school and watching the slave movie. That's how I just came. Give me out because all white folks about to die. Okay, everybody about to catch a haymaker. Okay, to the right. And but the truth of the matter is, and depending on the teacher's intentions, and I don't know how you break it down. The truth of the matter is, this is something that happened. This is the reality of what it was like. And I think that what's going to be important is how this was delivered and executed, number one. Number two, because you can't take your hatred and project it on them either. You can't no, let me help you. This took place. And I'm going to give you the reality of how this took place. If you know the conversation before and the conversation after, you're going to go ahead and project your ills on the situation. That's just how I feel about it. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, the issue I'm reading, because I want to pull up everything. They said that the school is 50 miles southwest of Raleigh. The majority of the school is 68% white, 12% black, 12% Hispanic. What really caught the attention, it says we even have a video of students harmonizing the N-word since when the children are so blatantly racist. So it wasn't just a demonstration. But they were going forward, like harmonizing, calling them the N-bomb.
This is terrible.
In this
You know,
experience.
and welcome to life, because let's call a spade a spade.
I hear you, but no.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't have to because if they were yelling at the N-word, is racism exists, number one.
It does.
It's a real thing, number two, and it's something that your children got to face and deal with. Now the presentation may not have been the best one, but it's the real
My
one.
thing is though,
Definitely, but
these kids live in North Carolina. They get called nigga all the time. That don't make it so. But in school, that shouldn't be.
No.
But if you wanted to do it, you should have
Yeah,
had a
outside
basic
of school.
Like,
And then, like she said, it's only 12% of the student body at that school is black.
and Hispanic.
What reason did you have to have a slave auction?
But
With the 12% of black people,
because
that mean out of 100, Nick, that mean out of 100 white people,
I hear you, but my thing
12 of them is black.
because my thing is you not give me the whole layout of the whole forum. Because you ain't got to agree with me because I don't need a fan. I don't at all. Because you got to give me more. Because what I don't like is a 30-second clip or a moment to define the entirety of what this is.
no, for real.
So-
I get you, but at what point do we understand like, okay, it happened, but we don't have to? Our kid.
Let me demonstrate to you.
My thing is, I don't have an issue. My thing is the whole presentation of it. All right, the whole presentation of it initially definitely was jarring for me. Okay, it was jarring. I get your point, and it happened. There's no issue with showing it happen. I want to know what the curriculum was. I want to know.
Right.
I want to know. Yes, I do want to know what led up to it, but I want to know what thinking brought this about. Because I want to know, and I want to know when it happened. It's
Right.
March. Black History Month was last year.
Right.
I don't know
So then
last
also, is the teacher black or is she
The
not?
teacher was white.
Not a problem with me still. Just whatever.
Sharita said some things don't need a demonstration. As someone
Right.
who lives in North Carolina, this is a staunch red state, so there are issues here, especially where I live in the Triangle, Durham area. She said, I know the school where this took place and people who have been taught there, it's a racist.
See, that's
And still not persuaded.
I just can't do it, man. We in time picking songs.
Because I know this is just
These kids dealing with racism
I'll just be this person today.
they dealing
Because,
with it every day. Now we're doing it in school.
No, because it's a real thing that still exists. This is nothing new, whatever. To that degree. Also for me, it's just like, yo, if I decide to put it on what it was like in those times, to tell the story what it was like, here's the reality of it. Here's the weight of it. And here's the stench of it. And this is what it looks like.
But then how far do you take it?
But you could have showed.
I could have beat him.
You could have had a mixed group of kids.
How far?
Like,
Right.
You could if you.
My question is, and this is my question for real, where's the full length of the video? Because granted, might have been one black. It could have been two black. It could have been somebody else. But what you're not going to do is just give me a snippet of a story, and I'm not about to just tear nobody down all the way.
No,
I'm just not.
I would never tear them down, but I'm just saying like
certain
things just don't have to happen.
My thing is,
Sharita said watch Roots.
My thing is, what was if I think of it as in the educator in that type of way, what are the ramifications that can come after this? Because now, let's say we did this and it was totally an educational thing. You know what I mean? The black kids, we talked about it. They were like, all right, we cool with it. Whatever. We talked to the parents. We did all that.
If they talked to the parents,
You know what I'm saying?
there would have been an uproar.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the problem.
But all I'm saying is,
because no black parent is going to agree to their child.
And I get that. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, they talk to the parents all the time. They talk to the parents like, yo, we're doing this curriculum about slavery. We wanted to show them how it was, whatever. Now, if after this, every white kid in this let's say it's this, because I don't know how many kids go to school, but let's say out of the 100 kids, the 65 white kids that's there, you know what I mean? Now, what all 65 of them is now called, now ever since that day, they've been calling the other all 12 black kids nigga.
Right.
You said slave. Like, you my slave. I bought you. This, that, and third. Like these are things that I juggle with. Like
that we projected on them that they didn't say.
No, but I'm not projecting it. I'm not projecting on anything.
I'm sorry.
But I guarantee
I'm not
that they were told to. just like you sing a song.
I don't know about
No, absolutely. No, listen to me. Somebody told them to say that and to harmonize. There's
parents.
There's a choir, okay? We're talking about harmonizing, or I guess you say, and then also it's not a guarantee. Once again, we're projecting that we know.
No, I'm just
that
saying,
we know that we're putting hatred in their heart. And some of them just be obeying the instructions of a teacher who made a bad decision.
And that's the thing. If you made a bad decision, you need to be, unfortunately, suffer the consequences of your bad decision.
What's that? Another lesson your kid's bad too. The consequences, this wasn't wise. You could have made a better choice out of this.
That's all I'm saying.
You're suspended on leave. You know better next time.
But I don't think that, honestly, and this I'm gonna say this before we end the break. I don't solely blame this on the teacher because you submit your curriculum to the principal before you start. So if the principal, you're supposed to, like in school systems, you're supposed to submit your curriculum or any new changes that you make to your curriculum. If the principal was okay with this, then that obviously means that it's more than just, oh, this was a coincidence. The racist principal was okay.
But it depends how you project that. For me, I can tell we're doing the play on slavery and what that was like. Okay, cool, great. But that doesn't give you the details of what that presentation.
If you say I'm doing a slave auction,
watch it. I'm doing a storyline on what it was like in the days of slavery, outside of the month of slavery, because I feel like they need to know what this is like outside of just the month of history. Now, I say that, I submit that, bam, it sounds good, but you don't know the details of the presentation. Let's look. The details of what that looks. Whoa! I did not expect it to look like this. This was not what I expected from the curriculum that you teach. Now, for those who are teachers, you submit your curriculum, but every detail of your delivery is not in the outline of your curriculum. It's not. You're gonna say we're doing this, we're covering this, we're covering this. Now, how you discover that and how you dig into that may be a little bit different and unorthodox based on who you are. I'm not giving them an excuse. I'm not saying that, oh, no, I'm just not going to blame everybody. I
just want to know what it all was.
That's why the thorough investigation is being done. Sharita said, I know this school, and trust me, this was done in racist fashion. Yes, the administration is racist as well. I have a friend who taught there and left because of the racism. I mean, at the end of the day, there is an uproar. Parents are obviously upset. Parents have the right to feel the way that they feel. I just hope that, in regards for the Fire 716 investigation team, that the full story is put out there. But this teacher made a bad decision, and that's the core of it.
Yeah, we'll get back. Maybe Kanye, right? Big freaking water. Let's get it.
She said it was supposed to. For the curriculum, it's supposed to have every detail in the curriculum. That's the law.
Oh, that what?
She said it's supposed to have every detail in the curriculum. That's
it sounds good, but it's not real. I can tell you based on the outline that I get now from my Buffalo school system, Niagara Falls school system. The outline sounds good. The details that were delivered, it's crazy. Did you see my teacher? I won't tell you on me. That was in the curriculum. That wasn't in the correct.
But no, I feel like that particular situation, like, if that was the case, show a video demonstration, because especially even if it's a projecting thing, the climate is so sensitive right now that you should have been like, you know what, maybe this is not a good idea.
You know what I was saying?
It's in North Carolina, it's a law. Okay.
See, I'm saying I should have said it on the radio. If it was a gay thing, they would have never did it.
Well, they might not, because down south is the Bible Belt, and they not real.
It's in the Bible.
I'm just saying,
slaves are sold.
They want to do it. I'm just saying, if it was a LGBTQ thing,
that may not be true.
I think they would have thought twice about it. Yeah. And nobody would have recorded it because they would have known. This might,
She said you can't compare New York to North Carolina educational pedology. True. But New York State, I feel like is backwards with a lot because I know like a person
New York State
New York State, I love New York State for the fact that becoming a therapist, I can pretty much take my credentials anywhere because New York's so stringent. But I've also seen like mothers who are abusive to their children, and the New York State would be like, I still want them with the mom, even if the dad is like a good guy. Like, it took a lot. I know somebody, it took a lot for New York State to be like, you can't have custody of your kids because she was a woman. But, like, and I mean, she had cases against her. And it was like, took forever for her to, like, lose custody of her kids. And I was like, this lady is not fit to be a mom. Like, and they was like, we don't want to separate the baby from the mom. And I'm just like,
New York State,
New York State is really bad with
when it comes to
this.
kids.
That's crazy.
My parents have more rights to my child than I do. Regardless if I'm married or not. They have more rights to my child than I do. They can go to court and get grandparent time with my child. But I would have to go to court to get time to see my child, and they can tell me no. But they can't tell my mother no. And they can't tell my father no. They can't tell me no.
It's crazy. We do a lot of things right. We do a whole lot of
we do a
things
whole lot of
wrong.
That's fact.
But you know, like I said, as a going for a therapist, I'm like,
oh, as far as education goes,
you the boss for this.
Because how extra we are when it comes to education,
We are.
you can pretty much take any credential you get here and go somewhere else with it.
Yeah.
Because how extra we are.
We are super extra.
And, you know, some things don't take all that.
The
But
only place that doesn't take it is like Texas. They want you to take their license and exams. I was like, once I pass this, I'm gonna take it.
Right.
Like I'm gonna go to a state.
Except for like, I know for Josh who do architecture, like he would have to take, I think he'd have to take the boards every single time for the different state. Which I think is the same thing for lawyers too. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta take the boards
For lawyers,
because
you
they have
gotta
different,
take
because they have
their
different laws. They have different laws and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with the story.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure if they press charge against the teachers, it's gonna be on the news.
Yeah. I'm suing the whole state.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying.
Let me find out one of them was my cousin. I'm going to state. State. I'm trying to get all your.
I just know y'all man like me, bro.
No, listen.
I know how you feel about
I get it,
what
because
you see the whole picture.
Everybody has a
my,
different opinion.
yeah,
It's just like-
my thing is even as a person who like art and theater and those things, this is dangerous as well. Because then the scene rated R for righteousness. Yes, right. If y'all want to, it's I'm still
I don't know what that is.
So there's a scene in rated R for righteousness where there's this young man who he's experimenting in life, but he has to deal with a molestation phase. So that means that there's somebody's young child. He is the offender. Somebody's young child will have to play that scene out, and somebody very much be offended. That scene has to be played.
But it's with the permission of the parent.
Right. Either permission of the parent.
Red tape and all that science.
But then for those who don't know, that scene was unnecessary. I feel like, you know, they can spew out whatever. But I felt it necessary for the moment to give that understanding how this impact was. Right. And me personally, as I was the teacher and I did this, I would use all this that's happening. This is the impact of what slavery was like back in the day. This is how intense it was. I would use all of this for this movement. Not saying that I use the kids for this. No, let me get the reality. But this is what it was like. And then you don't know the conversation of the use of this word. Then I've explained it and why it's so hurtful. We don't know these details. I'm not saying that she did. I'm not saying that she didn't. But the statement that she did present, not the best taste.
Because, I mean, but like, in grammar school, when I went to a predominantly white grammar school, where it was like literally 3 black people in my graduating class, and we talked about slavery, we talked about different certain things. And one particular topic we talked about, my teacher was smart enough not to do a demonstration, but showed us the movie Glory. Like, it was just like, certain things just don't need personal demonstration.
That's what art is for.
Yeah, but then it's different.
To show
because for me, getting the kids involved. No, let's have fun with this. Because watch this. What we've deemed and what we made it to be, the kids mentally ain't thinking, oh, that's only they have yet to comprehend the sting of what's just been presented. Not saying that all, because some kids are more mature than others. Okay, but I got kids. I have kids now that I do dance. I do dances from, I'm not gonna say K, maybe 2nd grade to 8th grade. Now, you know, and some of them are still naive to the way the songs I'm playing are not all welcome if I get somebody appropriate songs to be played. but they don't have nothing. They don't all have the recollection of, oh, this is a terrible song. That you play, what is? Oh my God, you sipping Hennessy? And what? You know, some of them know, some of them don't. And I think you have to just know the common fact.
And I think like,
and for the kids, this could have just been fun for them.
Right. But that should have been a discussion, first of all, that you had with the parents.
Like,
this is something that, and you should have had mixed race. Granted, you wanted to prove a point, but based on how hot it is right now, you should have had this discussion, one with the parents, to make sure the parents wouldn't be outraged.
And let's also discuss,
and then mix it.
How many parents? The question is also,
trust me,
how many parents did you talk to?
Colored people,
and how many parents
that go to this school, I can probably guarantee that they parents.
So I'm just
because they probably pay to go to this school,
right?
So, but I'm saying is that some of what they do appreciation is this thing was here. Who's to say she did not? Right. And who's to say how many parents were outraged? It just said parents. But once again, certain wording don't give the details. You know, so don't give the details.
Trina said because the states have branded critical race theory being taught in K through 12, this demonstration was egregious and against New York State law. That's New
York State. Ain't no
I mean North Carolina.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry. That was me. That was a reading error. She said it was this demonstration was egregious and against North Carolina law because they are teaching critical race theory. I get that, but you could be right. The parents may have not read the notices and stuff like that too. But I really feel like even if only one black parent read the notice, somebody would have said something like, "Yo, they get ready to do a slave auction, and I got a problem with this." Like, I can't necessarily say that.
And what's crazy is they changed it, okay? Because so even though it happened twice, okay? Because this must. So I'm assuming that this has to be part of a presentation. That they said that this happened twice, and then they've changed that layout based on the story that I read.
Gotcha.
So though it was addressed, this is too much. Okay, bam. The first time apparently nobody said nothing. The second time somebody said, there's just different components, and what media does now, and I'm not validating their decision. I think it's very distasteful. But at the same time, no, we could have did better. Right.
Yeah, Felicia said also black people of color should never have to act out oppression. It is not a game or a play. It's our real life. Sharita said we have the info here in North Carolina that was not released to you all over. So
yeah, but I mean, if we didn't have that, we wouldn't have the great movies that we have. So.
But that's the difference between doing a play in school with your kids and a movie. Movies, you gotta get right.
Sometimes
you gotta get rights to things. You gotta get people to sign off.
And
you gotta
I think it's
gotta read the script and be okay with what they got. What's going on?
Because they don't know. They don't all. And this is just us projecting. Like I said,
I think like being down south, a lot of racism is instilled in these kids while they're young. So I'm pretty sure some of these kids didn't have an issue with calling their black classmates nigga because this was a free platform. This is a free platform for them to say it without repercussion.
Yes, and no. But then my thing is also we can't assume that they know. And I know it's North Carolina, and I know it's that. But then the delivery of all things is important. Now the teacher is more responsible because I just know theater kid production. Whatever you tell me to say, I'm gonna say. Right. And if we're saying it in unison, then we're on the same page, saying the same thing, saying the same word. There's a 1, 2, there in unison. Y'all know what we're coming together like that. So I'm frank as it going to project hatred in the hearts of those children right now. I'm not going.
No, I'm not saying that
at all.
It's not. We're not saying it's
right. So you can't say, it's giving them the carte blanche right to say.
But some because I'm saying down south. That's like saying in Alabama. If this happened in Alabama,
right?
Some racism is already instilled in these kids from a young age. And North Carolina is one of these places where it's still a good old boy state. So while some students, this may be ingrained in them, that is like, oh, I can actually say nigga without getting in trouble. Right. Other kids may be innocent and not know how hurtful this word is.
But then you have those kids whose grandparents or maybe parents are racist at home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But when they go to school and they see this black kid, they don't see what their parents are talking about.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But some of them actually do see what their grandparents and parents are talking about.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like when I get the chance to say the N word, I'm gonna say it, and it's not gonna feel anyway because my parents do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Or my grandparents do it. I'm not gonna say it, or I'm not gonna say it because my grandparents. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street.
Right. Because even with me saying it, I don't feel no type of way.
I wasn't saying that out of hatred.
But I was saying because it's
right.
You know.
Because like I said, me going to a predominantly white school, they do not say nigga to me because I was punching people in grammar school. So, but like it was like we're not gonna say it to her because she gonna knock me clean out. But I've heard some like, and this is what I'm saying. This is like in grammar school, the school I went to. I mean, it's no longer open. I went to Mount St. Joseph, so I've had some white students drop the N-bomb to the other 3 or 4 black kids in the school. But they knew they wasn't gonna get knocked out, so they never said it to me. But like because it was like, oh, we outnumber you. I come in unison.
But I'm gonna ask you this question: at what age do you recall that the N-word had negative connotation for you?
Second grade.
That you were aware.
Second grade.
Real early.
Real talk.
Second grade.
I won't say I never, but it wasn't used against me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Until I was older, but it was never like a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
For me,
it wasn't a thing for me until I was probably in 7th grade.
But did you go to a mixed race school or
I went mixed race.
See, and I went to a predominantly white school, so I was encountered with racism in 2nd grade. I remember them saying, "Oh, you can't sit that close to her." I remember eating at a lunch table by myself and all the white kids sitting together. So I came into racism very early. And from the population of this school, I get it. Because it's 68% white people. So they may be experiencing the same thing I experienced growing up.
Right.
Because in mixed race school, I guarantee in mixed race school, this would not have went down.
Yeah. But everybody different. Like for me, I was with the low. I was with the kids playing Pokemon in the corner. That was my group. I wasn't with Hacky Sack. Oh, that's me. It's legit. That's just that's who I was rocking with. I thought George was white kid a little bit.
I suck at. I was actually good.
Oh yeah, I was
soccer. I played some soccer.
If I got 3 hits consecutively, I was okay. Out there in the circle looking like a fool.
Like a fool.
She said the Wade County school system is under fire now because of
that. Yeah, absolutely. It might be, but I'm praying for you and keep you lifted. Make better choices. You'll be all right, Kim. What's not her name?
Not Kim. Karen, you did wrong. Karen, you did wrong.
Karen, Susan, Betty.
You can do better. Maybe in your college class.
Right.
Now this college don't set the school on fire.
You did this in college?
They did that. They attempted to do that in college.
I think in college
I would say that too.
I think in college would.
Because y'all grown. Y'all grown. If you let that happen to you,
if you consult for a slave auction in college, that's on you.
That's all you, man.
But somebody got to do it. Somebody has to do it. The demonstration of the attention.
Somebody
watching a movie, but then being in the. Watching the movie of a thing is one thing. It's a movie. You can play around with thoughts, all right, whatever.
Okay.
But to watch a thing live and in person, the demonstration.
Still carrying it down
here. To watch a slave auction on TV is one thing. Now I'm not talking about these kids now in this situation, but I dare you to right now go to a place with a demonstration of what it really was like in a slave auction. Will have a greater impact than watching it on the film.
She didn't watch Amistad.
I'm just saying.
If you had to show Amistad at the school, that's a very good really.
It is, but you can't smell at the school.
I watch.
You can't feel the weight of the moment in its entirety. But I dare you to put you on a ship and put you some black folks together in some shiitake drawers underneath with nothing on, locked up and chained together. And you got to walk through that.
Right.
That's a different presentation than watching it on the film.
Oh no, you're wrong. I'm not saying experience doesn't over watching something. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm
Some things are
saying?
just not acceptable.
Not even, yeah, that and but let's be real. You got to use wisdom in sometimes, and you
Wisdom
gotta
is
use
a principle
wisdom
thing.
sometimes.
Everybody ain't got
Daniel Gibbs grew up in a way that I grew up in a way that when you was told things, you ain't had to see it. If you was told that was what it was. I was never gonna cross that line with you after you told me. I ain't gonna do it.
Right.
Mommy said don't steal. I ain't never gonna steal. You're never gonna steal.
Teacher said say N-word, I'm gonna say N-word.
Nope.
Teachers, that's what you said. I'm gonna just say what you said.
Look, because very young age with me, my grandmother was like, yo, don't let nobody ever call you a nigga. So,
True,
nobody
that's
call me.
not true, friend. You can feel the weight by watching the movie or going to the museum. That's true.
You can, but you're not gonna smell it.
You're not gonna get.
I'm
that.
just saying.
You're not gonna
I'm
get that
saying.
4D.
I read it. I read Jesus died in the Bible. I see it on Passion of Christ.
I'm good. I'm good. You ain't gotta nail somebody to the cross.
But then take him
But you
and
get
put him
more
in front of
visual
you
in the movie.
and hear
They're not
and
ripping
see.
skin.
In the movie, they did rip skin though.
But not in the play.
But in the Passion of Christ, you saw them ripping skin.
They was doing great. They was going crazy in Passion of Christ.
The movie, I think the right movie is impactful.
I walked out.
Because the Passion of Christ, man, when I saw the Passion of Christ, I was a wayward. Passion of Christ made me look holy for 3 weeks. Like 3 weeks straight, I was like, I ain't doing nothing wrong.
You know, after reading certain parts of the movie, all right, God, I'm not reading that shit. But that was intense.
It was extremely intense. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Felicia said,
Bruce
also, why
was
do
intense
people
to me.
need to feel it? Why do people need to inflict that level of trauma into
because sometimes it is you may not like this phrase too much, but sometimes it is the trauma that brings us a very awful situation. I hate to say it, but it's the reality that guess what? You know, this is because sometimes we get desensitized. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we're not running back to watch movies. If it ain't on YouTube, we're not going back to who's Googling and putting it. I'm gonna watch Truth today just to refresh myself as well. What slavery was like. See me right there. I did
need to see it
one time, you know. But the truth of the matter is, and I hate to say it, but there's some people, as the generations go forward, that some of them don't have the forward-facing facts of what we've gone through. For real, that's just true.
And that's true. But there are shows that done taught me it. I don't watch episodes of Blackish talking about black people, talking about black plight. You know what I mean? Have me crying. Because I was there. I felt it. I understood. You know what I'm saying? Nixon, I mean, you'll watch it. Dear White People, that movie on its own. And the TV show. I've watched
generation you
still stuff. I'm just saying, the stuff that's out here that came out after people would technically be desensitized to it, came out and it still hit.
Because you can't never not feel impacted watching.
But the question is it presented? I'm gonna just say this: is it presented? Is it presented to our children for real? Outside of the police beating us, baby Frank ain't watching slavery and what it was. He's watching Elmo in Good Times. Okay, but he's gonna grow up and he's gonna watch Elmo in Good Times. But at some point, I got to reveal to you and let you know. Listen, let me show you how the story went, how it went the wrong way in its delivery, and how it went the right way as well. Let me show you what you're experiencing now, son. That conversation, that's a conversation that I'm not necessarily hearing at until it's a bad thing that happens. Then we gotta go fix it up.
But I feel like that's a conversation.
In this particular situation, they're teaching critical race theory, so it's in their school system.
Yeah. So I'm just not offended.
Baby Trey was in North Carolina, growing up in this K through 12. He would have interaction there. He would have like introductions to this growing up.
Right.
So
as a parent, this being who I am, was that intense? Oh yeah, I'll get it. Let me tell you what that was really wild. And I would go home. That would trigger my household to have a conversation and a dialogue with my son about what the intensity of which I just played.
As black people, we should be having these conversations already.
But we're not. But I'm just gonna be very honest with you.
I was already doing it. But I didn't shoot. Jada wasn't my stepdaughter for more than a year. I done sat her down and had a conversation with her.
Right. And we're not always having that.
She said, "Well, because critical race theory has been banned in the U.S., we can't teach these things." Oh, so it's been banned. Okay, so I misunderstood. She's still sleeping. I'm sorry. So it's been banned. So this is why it's such a big issue because critical race theory has been banned.
But it's a truth. It's a truth.
You can be teaching it.
Wasn't that
I
book
mean,
banned too?
there is one teacher. There is one white teacher that's still teaching. Like, this is what happened to slavery. Like, there is one teacher. She went up against the school system and she said our students need to know what happened because I forgot this did happen because the school system said they didn't want to teach slavery anymore because it hurts people's feelings.
And once again, my element community, I can't spare everybody's feelings. Period. I'm so sorry that I cannot succumb to everybody's feelings all the time.
I have no problem.
I got my own feelings.
I have no problem with your feelings versus truth because I want the truth.
Yeah.
I don't care if you teach the truth. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care about my feelings. You taught me something that I needed to know. That's not the issue. But the issue with the thing that from in North Carolina is that it had to do with kids. Two, we don't know the stipulations of it, and we don't. And as far as I can ascertain, I'm pretty sure that nobody, like Jessica said, that I don't really think nobody had a conversation with these Black and Hispanic parents.
Yeah,
and that's where my problem is. If everybody agreed to it, and then you want to throw a hissy fit, I'm gonna tell you that you need to sit down.
Right.
But if we ain't know about it, that's a problem.
Because the one parent said we weren't told this was going on. You know, it's like it wasn't until the kid came home and said, "Yo, they had us on." Right.
Like, hold on. You ain't slave to nobody.
She said the white folks don't want their feelings hurt about slavery
because they was wrong.
Right.
They the ones who hurt. My feelings not hurt. I know.
But then it was recorded, and it was for staff and faculty. Or something like that. So then, like, what was
they recorded that on public
so.
TV. It's for everybody to watch.
So if you harmonizing, nigga, I'm just like, you're doing a lot.
You working hard.
You just hard work.
I just don't feel like that.
Right.
It was like I said.
And I personally don't think they were just harmonizing.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like how they were chanting in the Passion of Christ, like, crucify him, crucify him. Probably would, but they weren't like Sopranos out those cinemas. It was just, right. You belong to me. Hamilton. It was just bad judgment.
I'm just saying, we could do better. Like, show
I own you. Property. Get your
Monopoly money, too. Give them the Monopoly
Get your
money.
Shackles found.
Monopoly money.
It's your boy, Frank, like the big Frank in the morning. It's going down this morning, man. The conversation is lit. It's fire. Jake Cherie, Kevin is in the building. Boy, Kev. Knight is in the building. Really a vibe. We gotta get Kanye real quick. Kanye.
Come on,
Kanye, real quick, and then we come back. So Kanye is banned from the Grammys.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? Okay. It's the Grammys. Okay. When were we ever okay. It's the Grammys.
I think it's
or the Oscars. It's one of them.
I think it's unfair because he has. He got 5 songs nominated for Grammy.
But it's because of his actions that he is banned.
No, don't get me wrong. I understand that because his actions he's banned. I think it's wrong to ban him because he has things in the Grammys. That's like saying, yo, man, I got the stuff in the Grammys, but you can't come to the Grammys. So if you win, I can't.
But his music,
I'm gonna have to ship you.
His music is actually not because he did a private stream. He's not eligible for
any of it
because instead of launching it on the public platform like he should have, he launched it on his own private stream. So they said he was ineligible.
We don't care. Listen, we
because
don't
they know
care.
Kanye was going to do reckless behavior at the Grammys, they was like, you can't come.
We don't care. Grammys, we don't care. It's Kanye. We don't. He doesn't need your platform. He has his own. We don't care. I've got enough awards in the closet. We don't care. Okay, my focus is on all love and her. We don't care. I'm not starting the grant. Matter of fact, I'm so big. I will create my own. I got Sunday morning service. Okay, I got my own platform. I will create and go where. Buy Grammy. Okay.
I'm just saying. I think that it's unfair. You have Woody Allen there with his young.
Come on, with his young niece, stepdaughter, cousin. I found out.
You ain't kick him out the Grammys.
What?
I just realized that Woody Allen.
Grammy.
His wife was it his goddaughter? It was his stepdaughter.
That was his stepdaughter.
His stepdaughter. He got in relations with.
Lord.
What?
Yeah.
So I missed that story.
This is what I'm saying.
But no, they said because of Kanye's behavior, because they know he's gonna be disruptive.
You don't know.
But this also my thing. This also my thing. This is gonna sound messed up.
You don't know.
Why why Kim there? Why would they should have an issue? Because Kim shouldn't get the Grammys because Kim don't make no music. She don't make no
reason for
why
Kim
she
to
there?
get the Grammys.
Why she there?
Because famous people go to the Grammys.
Now, I understand Pete being there, he on SNL, but why is she there? Unless she there with Pete. But even then, Kanye got awards. What, Pete not getting no award for SNL?
At this point, like, I think it's more of a we just don't want the disruption. It is just.
But that's
you and your projection.
Yeah,
no,
I'm just saying, y'all don't let Kanye walk up on stage already and say that Beyonce should have won and y'all still let him
I didn't let him do it. He jumped on stage.
I'm just saying. He still came next year. Still came next year. Right? Still came next year. Okay.
The industry is tired of something.
Man,
that's all
the industry can suck a foot.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think we don't care. I don't watch Grammys. I
don't watch.
I have no compelling unction to watch the Grammys, to watch the Oscars. I have no unction. I have no unction. If it ain't on Netflix today special, you're not being watched. We're not watching regular TV as much. Okay, if it's not on Peacock, we can't get it on Roku Live by chance, by mistake. I'm not going.
I will complain if certain movies win things that I feel other movies deserve. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'll watch the highlights the following.
Yeah.
Not.
Recap.
I just want the cliff notes. I need to be there.
All right, real quick, local news. Then we gotta come back with our final thought. Niagara County man pulled from a burning car after a driver who was intoxicated and crashes into a tree. Yeah, don't drink and drive. Maybe better choices.
Yeah, he was drunk. He hydroplaned over a bitch into a tree, and they had to pull him out, and he was intoxicated. So charges are being brought up against him for driving while drunk. So you didn't die, but you're probably going to jail.
Maritime Charter School has threats that have been made.
Yeah.
At Maritime.
They say open?
That's my mama.
Yeah.
I drove past there on like a school day. And
was the last?
It looked like it's no action going on.
Yeah, they had threats.
That's crazy.
So
they got a whole school across the street from there.
Then there's a 48-year-old woman who died after driving off of the road in Amherst.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You know, my car's off-road terrain. You know, maybe she's just trying to see what a car can do, and it just didn't happen. I know she passed away.
Wow.
You know what somebody tell me, because I say this a lot. I'm praying for the person that deceased and the family, but the person that deceased, it's over for them. So why are you praying on them? I ask this question all the time, and I think I'm actually in because somebody always died and I ask this question. How long do you hold obituaries for?
Depending on the person.
Forever.
Forever.
See, me, I keep them, but I don't display them. I know people who like keep them like posted and like hanging.
Gotcha.
There's 3 and 4.
I'll keep it until it get lost. Once it's lost, lost right there.
I went to a video recently. The man, I need to. Here you go, please. I don't know. I have no hope for them. Nowhere for nobody. I just don't.
There's like 3 obituaries I have displayed. I have my brothers. I have Peaches. And Bishops.
I feel like that's
but
different.
like other obituaries, if you have a significant part of my life, I keep your obituary. If I had to come to your funeral because I was part of it, I'm tossing that joint.
Yeah. I'm not keeping death notes. I'm not.
Well, let's talk about the name.
You write a name. You know, I guess my mom hasn't transitioned. Maybe, but I just not.
Frank will be the type of person that's like, we didn't print no obituaries for this funeral. What you gonna do is you gonna enjoy this.
You can have it digitally if you want it. Here's the link.
If you don't got pictures with her already.
You don't have pictures with her.
If you don't got pictures with her already.
If you ain't got no pictures with her, you just stuck.
If nobody's done it, I'm doing it. It's gonna be a digital obituary. When you come into the service, sign the book, scan the code, you'll have the order of service, really accessible to me. Not wasting no paper.
I think that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
You should have said that already.
I shouldn't have. Okay. Somebody called me.
It's already been done.
It's already done.
The 5 people on here, y'all better not steal.
Go ahead. Get that together right now.
QRC code for obituaries.
Come on. Digital love.
Come on. Charge somebody $100 for this.
Yeah, say less. All right, listen, it's going down. Be Frank in the morning. We get back. Our final thought. We'll be back real soon. How soon? Real soon. How soon? Real soon. Real soon. How soon? Real soon.
Digital obituary.
I think that's a great idea.
Real. Like,
man, that's a great.
That'll
idea.
save on costs.
Man,
Because obituaries
and
are
then we ain't gotta cut down no trees.
Right.
Man, we gonna save on paper.
All you need is
We about to get the environment together just from doing that. Just from that.
Well, dude, you better brand that.
Yeah, you
No,
better.
Brand
Like
that.
today. Like you better go call somebody. You better go call somebody today. I'm dead serious. Oh, look, I got an idea. I'm about to patent it. Okay, I need to go patent this right now. Ooh, I forgot. I need to go to the court. It's on this street.
Would you go on how far is tattoo far?
I would.
Would you go on?
I would, but I would only go on with somebody that I trust.
Oh,
How far was that?
How far is tattoo far? So like.
Oh, that's what's my tattooing you.
Yeah.
They design your tattoo.
They design your tattoo.
Gotta be somebody I think.
I'm just too much
But that's the thing. I've seen episodes where the person that they super close with have given them raggedy tattoos.
No, but I gotta be.
Like I've watched Tattoo Far.
No, because this is my thing. You give me a messed up tattoo as long as it's crazy fire. Like if it's something that just is between us, that I might not think is funny, but you thought was funny, but the tattoo is fire. I won't complain because you want it's still my man. It's still my man. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? Over my city, whatever. You know what I mean? That's fine. But if you just gonna tattoo,
But her
random
friend
stuff,
put a garbage can next to her lady bits.
Listen, that was
It was like she was like, "Why would you do this?" She was like, "Because people have said your joint smell."
but
They're
see,
supposed to be friends.
that's not a real friend.
not a
That's
friend.
not a real friend.
But I don't think she thought in her mind my friend is gonna put a garbage can next to my lady purse.
That's crazy.
Like some of them joints was like, okay, wow. Like some of these fights are legit. Like I would fight you legitimately.
Because of the cameras, you got it.
Got it. No.
But no, they was fighting on camera. They was like, yo, I don't care. Like I would probably I would go on with like Sharita or my other sister. Like because I know you're not gonna put nothing crazy on my body.
We know to it.
Like I said, I don't. As long as it's something that you thought was a hilarious thing that you thought was funny. I might not have thought it was funny, but you thought the thing was funny, and then you like tattoo it somewhere. Like yo, you know what I mean? As long, but my thing is,
I
if
think
they
have
your
a tight relationship.
if they your real friend, they're not gonna do something necessarily that's gonna hurt your feelings. Like they want to tattoo like you had a miscarriage, and you know what I'm saying, on your stomach. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
Frank would tattoo like
crazy
Kanye.
wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yo, friend, like I think
Frank would put like a Kanye tattoo right on my shoulder,
like a good friend to be like so
right, Uganda right
breast
here.
cancer and they got your breast off and they tattooed breast on there. It was like, you know, but they said something like real nice, like, you know what I mean? Even though your breast is gone, whatever, like your heart is still your heart is still there. Something crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Your breast is gone, but your heart is still there.
You know what I'm saying? Like something with, you know what I mean? Like something that got some thought into it. I don't know. But like
Some of these tattoos is crazy. Like this one girl tattooed a picture of their baby and a ring on the baby. It was like, she was like, you just need to hurry up and marry me. Like, what is the point? Like, dude, she tattooed Third Time's a Charm on them. And he actually like proposed to her, but it was just like, he was like, yo, why didn't you just let me propose to you on my own terms? And she was like, you taking too long. Like, it's been years. Like, what's the problem?
How long is too long?
yeah, that's like a girl tattooing her name on me.
Oh, so
That's
girls
disrespectful. Like, hold on.
I'm saying, how long is too
They
long?
was together for like 3 years and had a baby.
That's not
That's
long.
not long. That's
Men
proper.
done within 6 months of being married.
That's not
That
always
doesn't mean-
true.
That's listen.
Just because I think that I'm
Yeah,
going to marry you does not mean that later on I want to marry you. Right when I met you, I was like, because like, don't get me wrong, girl went down. When I met her, I felt she had qualities of a wife. Only reason why I got with her. Broke up with her because I was like, this is not gonna work. But then, you know, she turned herself around, and now, you know, okay, I'm back here with you. You know what I mean?
And my thing is, just because I don't want to marry you, my time is not your time.
That's why I do my money
So,
together.
Right. If you don't understand that,
You don't understand. I do my man.
money don't matter. Yes,
Yes,
it does. Being stable, feeling like I'm secure enough to handle
Everything
absolutely.
that comes with it. Man, listen. You want that diamond ring, girl? You want the
If not, you can go ahead and take this face journey with your boyfriend.
right.
Do what we at right now, and I know what's wrong with what happened next month. I know what you're saying. No, but definitely we know. But you know,
But yeah, she tried to put like Third Time's a Charm. It was like, I mean, he was like, I was gonna propose. Like he like,
see, right. I don't know though, because see, I find little stuff disrespectful. Like if a girl like tattooed her name on me, I would have found that disrespectful. Like Like, what's wrong? Like, I would be. That'd
She
be
did. Like,
I'd be ready to call you the B word. Like, what's wrong with your
face?
She tattooed her face on his
See
chest.
that? No, can't do that.
Like what? Yeah, I'm the leading first lady. I'm the only lady.
That's disrespectful. See, I find it
Like, and the one girl tattooed like pretty much her image right there, his man piece. It was like, this belongs to me. She's like, she's like, even if you break up with me from now on, the girl's gonna see my
Listen,
Now,
that's
this
something different.
about to be a nice tribal joint.
She's not gonna see it. It's gonna be dark. Light's gonna be off. What you need? Light's gonna be off. She ain't never gonna see it.
No, I was like, yo, women are kind of outrageous with some stuff.
I think that's what it is, really. Because I feel like my man would never do that to me.
I would never tattoo a man's name. If it ain't Jesus, ain't no man making this body. Like if I'm dating you, even in marriage, we can break up. Like, I'm not tattooing your name.
That's what they say until you, they come through and be like, I'll do anything for you to see anything.
Then you tattoo the name. I ain't
Yeah,
asked
you know that one. That's not your sister.
I ain't even asked
I
you.
will put like, you know, my king on there. Your name ain't on there.
It be the ones that say, I would never until you find out how I get here. He changed the weather. What happened? First, I'm going to see your boy Big Frank. It's going down Big Frank in the morning. What is that? My homegirl.
You talking? It sounded like cricket.
Come here. Just here over the weekend. I was a vibe. Listen, y'all. Let's get that final thought. The conversation's been good this morning. I thank my bros for coming through. My sister's always been faithful, loyal, and consistent. What's your final thought for the people? Kev, we'll start with you. Give them a word. Give people a word of knowledge, information, something to just
Give them some bars.
My final thought is stay positive and X out anybody who's trying to push you to go against your grain.
Mm-hmm.
And stay focused, not woke.
That nigga spit.
Right. Dark Knight?
Sometimes it's just your time.
Ooh.
We are so ingrained with, like, when bad stuff is happening now, it's like, we be like, God, why you letting it happen this and this? But sometimes it's just your time to go through this negative spot.
You
You just gotta keep in mind that this is just a spot. Like, you're gonna get out of it. And so it's just for a moment. You know what I mean? Like,
I needed this.
So, man, I needed it yesterday. I'm gonna let you know. Like, but I was just saying, like, sometimes it's just your time. You know what I mean? Shoot, I don't went through a time. I want to hear Jesus, and Jesus ain't talking to me right now. But right now, it's just my time. Sometimes it's just your time. But don't worry, it's just for a time. It's just for a time.
Yes.
What's that, buddy? I'm up right at home.
In the words of my pastor, you are it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop looking for what you already are. We have to stop searching and looking for somebody to validate who we are. Oh, they doing construction upstairs. We have to stop looking and validating for somebody to validate who you are. You have to just know that you are it. It is, as my bro Dark Knight said, it is your time. And stop looking for people to keep carrying something that you're supposed to carry on your own.
Yeah.
Welcome to the private school.
Pop the bubble.
Which one you going with?
Zing, zing, zing. Like a washing machine.
You already know. You already know.
Make it make sense.
We gonna that's how it goes.
Yes.
Zing, zing, like a washing machine.
We're going to
Rock in the treetops all day long, huffing and puffing and singing that song.
Michael Jackson.
Hard work.
Michael Jackson's
on.
Zing, zing, stick and move.
Come on.
Faith without works is dead.
Come on.
There's a process to the washing machine, okay? You got to, I don't know how y'all wash clothes. Wash clothes a little different, okay? Now, I got to, okay, my process is different, okay? Let the water run first. No clothes. Tide pods, okay? Close it, break down the Tide pod. I need this Tide pod sticking in my clothes. Then in the solution, I put the clothes in. Let the machine do the work, okay? In other words, you got to wash, rinse, repeat. Wash your mind, rinse your mind, and try it again a different kind of way.
He always finds that. He always finds that.
Insanity. It's supposed to be Frank. I'll let y'all.
Done.
In the morning, I'll let y'all know how it's good. It's going down. Probably 116.
You always find a way, bro. I swear, you always find a way. That was not your best work, though.
That wasn't. It
It
wasn't.
wasn't. Thank you guys for
I couldn't figure out the I couldn't get the whole zing